to the 30, to the 20, and down the sideline. The Marauders in the end zone, touchdown. Turner breaks through the line and down the sideline. He goes to the end zone, touchdown. Looking option, pitches left. Oh, it's fumbled but caught, and now hit is down for a loss of a yard. Here's a snap, a screen pass out of the backfield, coming to the left-hand side. Marauders all over him, and down for a loss. From the right side, looking for a block, getting outside across midfield to the 45, and off to the races he goes. Quarterback looks to throw, is up and picked up by the Marauders down the left sideline, headed to the end zone. Here's a snap and handoff, sweeps on left-hand side with blocker to midfield to the 40. To the right side, and they got a big hole once again to the 30-yard line. It turned and making a move. Snap, looking right, throw right, it's intercepted by the Marauders, and he's going to take it to the house. Hello everyone, welcome to Mingus Marauder Football here on KYBC AM 1600 along with Jackie Bessler. I'm Zach Calandra on the road tonight, first of two in a row on the road, and tonight the Prescott Badgers. Familiar team here, JB. This is a team that the Marauders are used to playing. They've been here quite a few times. They're used to this field. However, in the last few years, Prescott's moved up to Division II. The Marauders playing in Division IV, and that used to mean something when you played a team that was a Division or two higher than you in the power points. This year, it doesn't make much of a difference, but this is a big game for both teams. The Marauders have just moved back into the number 3 spot in the power points, coming off a 54-0 drubbing of Payson last week. And Prescott, at this point, is still on the outside of the playoffs and looking in. This is a real big game for these Badgers here tonight.
Oh, without a doubt. They're sitting at 18 in the seeding right now, trying to get into the Sweet 16 and go to playoffs. And, Zach, this could be a huge, crucial game. They've got a winnable game coming up, also a game against a Division I squad. So they're looking at, honestly, I think they're going to need to go 2-1 for the rest of the season in order to make playoffs. Meanwhile, the game is just as important for the Mingus Marauders. I think they need to go 3-0 in order to stay in the top 4.
Well, of course.
In Division 4.
Well, they need to go 10-0 every year. That's how we do it. Marauders coming off a lackluster game at Cortez a few weeks ago. Went on the road the following week up to Flagstaff to Coconino in a good game, a game that the Marauders were challenged a little bit. Fortunately, came out with an 11-point victory in that one. But then, is that what it was? I think that's what it was.
Yep.
But then end up at home last week against Payson, and they just annihilated Payson last week, Jackie. 54-0. The Marauders won that game offensively, defensively, special teams. We saw a defensive lineman with a strip for a fumble, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and a return with no helmet. And you just saw the big red flashing all over the place. And also, Wellborn, that player, the defensive lineman, with an interception. And he was our defensive player, our player of the game last week. And a nice performance by Jordan Wellborn last week. And this Mingus Marauder defense, Jackie, no points last week. The most they've given up all season long in one game is 17 points to Coconino. This is a Marauder defense that's playing really well right now.
Well, interesting that you bring it up, because I think the defense is going to be crucial and key for the Marauders here tonight. When we went and played Coconino on the road, one of the main concerns was Coconino's running game. They would be able to run the ball all over the place, and, man, they were just wreaking havoc with defenses everywhere. Mingus held them like 57 yards rushing the ball.
Wham.
Forced them to throw the ball completely out of their game plan. Well, here tonight, Mingus is going up against a nationally ranked running back in Mangarelli. Mangarelli over 1,500 rushing yards in 7 games so far this season, and obviously Prescott's going to want to run the ball.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works. That's what Coconino wanted to do also, like you said, and the Marauders just slammed the door on them and turned the running team into a throwing team. Now, this Prescott team, according to Coach Young, they've got some other weapons. This isn't just a one-man team. They've got some other guys that can hurt you, and he says he likes their quarterback, Nick Rock. We'll have to see how he performs here tonight. They've got some wideouts that are pretty good as well, and that's something else that I learned from my inside source. I got a guy here at Prescott High School, JB. Got to talk to him, former Rough Rider head coach Eric Fundalevich, gave me the update that Mangarelli, they'll throw the ball to him as well. They like to try to get it to him out of the backfield. You mentioned to me on the ride over here tonight that he's averaging over 30 yards at kickoff return. 3 things I talked to Coach Young about. I said 3 things that I think are of concern to your team right now. 1 is penalties. He goes, yep. He goes, penalties, that'll decide the game tonight. I said 2 is turnovers. He goes, yep, turnovers. That's going to decide the game tonight. I said, and then 3 is your kick return coverage. You've been giving us some long kick returns. He says, you know what, Zach? Because we've been working on all 3 of those things all week long, and we've been working on them, and we just hope that we can continue to get better.
Wow, and yeah, that could determine the game tonight.
That's gonna determine the winner tonight. So, in the beginning of the year, the Marauders did a pretty good job as far as the turnover differential. They were getting a lot of takeaways. They weren't turning the ball over. Their penalties weren't up high. These last couple of weeks, the Marauders have gotten a little sloppy holding on to the ball, and also getting a lot of big penalties. They've had a lot of the 15-yard variety of penalties. 2 in a row on a drive that gave Cortez field position to kick a field goal of all things. Imagine that.
I know.
A 3-pointer.
All right.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break. We are in Prescott, home of the Badgers. Marauder football coming up after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start closer to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Prescott High School, Marauder football coming up here shortly. We're in the pregame show. The Marauders and the Prescott Badgers. Good matchup here in Northern Arizona. The Marauders 6-1 on the season. Prescott coming in at 5-2, and they've got a nationally ranked running back. So this is going to be a good game for both teams here tonight. We want to pass along some scores for you. The New York Yankees defeat the Baltimore Orioles in Game 5 in the Bronx, and the Yankees advance to the American League Championship Series, which begins tomorrow in Yankee Stadium against the Detroit Tigers. That's going to be a good American League Championship. And right now, in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Washington Nationals lead St. Louis 4-0. So just some updates for you, things that are going on in the baseball world. And, of course, everybody that's watching our telecast all week long, Jackie, just forget I mentioned any of that because it's all in the past and we're already well into the series.
Yes, that was for our radio listeners only,
yeah, right? But we want to give you the updates because we know a lot of people are listening on the radio, as they have for 21 years now, JB. 21 years the Mingus Marauder football has been broadcast here live to the Verde Valley, and we're happy to be here for our 21st season, and we're happy to have people that are still listening and have been listening for 21 years now. It's been a great experience.
Well, let's give them a test. You remember what the score was last year to all our listeners out there. It was a 2-point game. Do you remember what the score was? Yeah, Mingus came from behind to win that one.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say 19-17.
No.
Oh.
12-10.
That was my second guess.
12-10, Mingus put up 235 rushing yards, or total yards last year. Only 80 rushing yards, 155 passing yards. The Badgers were a passing team last year. 215 yards, and by the way, Mangarelli led them in receiving yards.
Somebody they've seen before.
Right. Now, the big difference in last year's game was Mingus had no turnovers, did not turn the ball over once, however, had 2 takeaways in interceptions.
That's what Coach was talking about. That'll decide the game tonight.
Yes.
Speaking of the game tonight, it is going to be played on what is one of the most treacherous fields that I have seen in a long time, and has one of the biggest crowns that I have seen in a long time. And now you get over onto the sidelines, and the grass is about four inches deep and really thick, and it's kind of slow. You get out into the middle, up on the top of that crown, and it's like you're in a mud box.
Right.
It's like there's not much grass left, and it rained here over the last couple of days, and it's real soggy, and that could make a difference in this ball game. If you're working around the hash marks aren't bad. From the hash marks outside, between the hash marks is where this game could be a little slippery, I guess is the best way to put it.
Well, if they get a good shot of the field there, you can...
might be icy the way it's going.
Yeah, no kidding. It is a tad bit on the chilly side, as we got our bleacher seats for tonight's ball game.
Yeah.
By the way, if you look on the screen here on Cable 1 or Sudden League Channel 2, you can see that this field puts a whole different meaning to the term running downhill.
Yeah, I see those brown spots out there. That's not what's supposed to be in grass.
Well, no.
I know it's hard out here in Arizona. People don't understand that stuff so much.
But last Saturday's tractor pulls, they didn't get the grass put back together yet.
Considering there was a tractor pull on this field last week, it doesn't look bad. Well, Jackie, let's talk a little bit about last year's game. The Marauders, of course, at home in that one, and that was a game that Prescott had a little chip on their shoulder as well last year, as they do this season as well. They've got a new head coach again, and we'll see if they can hold on to this guy. But if you remember, this was a game where Coach Young had come over to Prescott for a little bit in the summer and then realized, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm a Marauder, and came back home. And the Prescott had some hard feelings about that. And they obviously weren't able to pick up a win last year, but this year they're thinking they've got a little better team there at home, and you think that's going to play into their emotions coming into this ball game here tonight?
Well, very possibly. I mean, I think obviously the seniors from last year have already graduated, so a chunk of the bad blood may be gone.
Right, probably a big chunk.
Right, yeah, and I certainly believe so. But however, at the same time, some of the coaching staff or administrators.
And there is a new coaching staff, or at least a new head coach.
Right, and that can make all the difference in the world. However, at the same time, Prescott's trying to battle in a different world. Now, that doesn't take anything away from the rivalry between these two teams, which goes way back. In fact, Mingus has been able to be victorious 3 out of the last 4 meetings between these teams, and like we mentioned last year, 10-12 or 12-10, a victory at home, which was very helpful and decisive. I don't think Mingus had any chance at playoffs without that victory last year against Prescott.
No, without any of the victories last year. They were all crucial at 5-5.
Right. Now, at this point, looking at where Prescott is for playoffs and where Mingus is sitting for possible playoffs, this game is absolutely huge. So, you know what? Throw the yesteryears out the window. I don't think any of that is really going to matter.
It's a big one.
It is indeed. What's going to matter is it's going to be offense against defense here tonight. Prescott, I know, that was I thought of that myself. The Prescott has a rather stout defense.
They do. They have a good defense. That's another thing Coach Young mentioned.
And the coaching staff looks at this Badger squad and says, well, this is going to be our biggest test of the year so far. No doubts about it. So everything that was put up about Coconino and Coconino's running game, well, that is not in comparison to what they're going to potentially see here tonight. Their Prescott Badger defense is fast. They will accumulate to the ball, no doubts about it. Mingus is going to have to figure out a way to drive the ball, but at the same time, Prescott's going to have to figure out a way to deal with Mingus's defense.
Yeah, now the Marauder defense is very fast.
Yes.
We know that. And Coach Young said that the Prescott defense is kind of like ours.
Right.
They're fast. Now, the one thing that I think is going to be interesting is I'm not sure exactly how good the defenses were of the teams that Prescott has already played and Mangarelli has been able to take advantage of. But I would be willing to bet that there haven't been very many, if any, teams that have team speed on defense like the Marauders do, teams that tackle 3 and 4 guys at a time like the Marauders do. And I think it might be a little bit different defensive scheme and attack towards Mangarelli tonight than he has seen previously this season.
Well, interesting that you bring up the schedule for Prescott this year. Now, 5-2 sounds absolutely fantastic. Now, let me temper this, okay? Because they have beaten the teams that they're supposed to be beating.
You got to do that, right? They're on your schedule.
And they've beaten them well.
Right.
Okay, they've beaten these teams well. Bradshaw, 40-0 win. A 56-28 win over Deer Valley. Both of those, well, Deer Valley's 2-5.
Yeah, right.
A loss to Division I, number 15, Boulder Creek, and that loss was 42-14.
That's the school you see when you're driving through Anthem on the left-hand side.
Yes, the big one that's about the size of Cottonwood.
Yeah, well, yeah, and about on the highway.
Right.
Oh, that used to be a rest stop.
Yeah.
Now it's a high school. What's that tell you?
I got a ticket there once. Let's see. They beat Moon Valley, who is 1-6 this year. Beat them 52-7. Beat Cactus Shadows 63-49. That one was actually a little higher and closer than I thought. An interesting loss to another Division I team, number 21, Sandra Day O'Connor. That lost 31-10. And then last week, a victory 21-0 over Goldwater. And then there was all sorts of news as to what was going to be happening because Mangarelli apparently tweaked an ankle in the first half of that game. And in the second half of the game was on the sideline, not just on the sideline, but apparently, allegedly, in street clothes.
Well, and Coach Young and I talked about that as well. We had a nice long conversation. We got a lot of stuff in 3 minutes. But, and that's something else that he mentioned is that he came out of last week's game, but we both kind of figured that that was a game that Prescott knew that they were going to win. They were ahead, and they, unless something catastrophic happened, they were going to win that game. And why take a chance on losing our guy? Let's try to save him in the second half and have him as 100% or close to as we can next week for Mingus. All right, fans, let's take another break right here. We'll get a word from some of our sponsors. We'll be back to Prescott High School for Mingus Marauder football coming up after these messages.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Back at Prescott High School, along with Jackie Bessler, the Prescott Badgers are on their way back out onto the football field. Mingus Marauders still up in their locker room. Big battle here in Yavapai County for the Marauders. I guess you have one more coming up here with Camp Verde on the last game of the season, but the Marauders are able to win this one and win that one. Hey, we the champs.
Well, that's true. Mingus already defeated Bradshaw and Chino, and Prescott played Bradshaw. That was the only team that we have played in common this year, which is unusual.
Kind of strange.
Yeah, that's very unusual.
But they probably don't want a Division II team playing a Division V team so much.
Well,
although I guess they're not Division. Well, Camp Verde is, but Chino Valley is a Division IV team. They're actually in our section.
Exactly.
Section. Otherwise,
right.
Section. I think my lips frozen.
As long as it's only the bottom one, that then we should be fine. But
most people think we're probably better off.
For those, obviously, those are the ones that have been listening for 21 years.
Yeah, they've been waiting for this moment.
Right.
Well, so let's talk a little bit about playoffs. And I mean, they are approaching. We're getting to the point where this stuff is starting to make a little sense. Although next week is a huge week in Division IV, Jackie. There's some big games next week, including ours. And then we got the 4 of the top 5, I think, teams playing each other next week. 1 and 2, Blue Ridge and Sholo playing each other. Then the Marauders go up to Snowflake, who I think is 5th right now. Mingus has moved up to, look, hey, there it is on TV. Yeah, Snowflake is 5th. So Mingus has moved up to 3rd. So you have number 1 and number 2 playing each other. And then about 15 miles away, you've got number 3 playing number 5. That's a big night of football up in the White Mountains next weekend.
No kidding. And it will be loud and rocking. As you made mention earlier in the pregame report, Mingus did move up to number 3, hopping over Monument Valley, who looks like they are going to be the reservation champs, but they come up and have one more difficult game, which will be against Winslow, the last game of the season. Blue Ridge and Sholo will match up next week, and obviously the question is, if Mingus wins tonight and then wins next week against Snowflake, not trying to get too far out ahead of ourselves, do we have a chance to jump over Sholo? Question is, that's a great question. I don't know.
Looking at 6.5 points in between us, and that's a lot to go. But should Blue Ridge beat Sholo, they might drop down a little bit.
Right.
All right, Jackie, noticed here on the sideline, we've got a couple of more guys in street clothes than we did last week, one of them being Felix Vera.
Right.
So we need to talk about him. Of course, our Northern Arizona Rehab and Fitness Injury Report. Felix Vera started the season as a tight end for the Mingus Marauders. We also know that Anthony Broyles is out for tonight and probably out for the rest of the season. A couple other injuries that the Marauders suffered here. The kid that ran the ball a little bit towards the end of the game last week, the sophomore Helsel, broke his collarbone in practice, and he's going to be out for the rest of the year, plus a couple other guys that we've had.
Well, of course, Navarez, we're expecting to get him back for playoffs. Hopefully, he's still dealing with a broken bone in the wrist. And Broyles, that was too bad. I think you stated it was in garbage time at the end of the game.
It's kind of, not for a kid like that that's missed a couple weeks. Any snap you get, quality time.
Right, absolutely. But came out, and apparently that ACL had been torn most of the way, and being the kind of young man he is, he decided he was going to finish the job.
It couldn't hurt it any worse, or it wasn't going to get any worse. It had to be stitched back together one way or another, so I guess it could get worse because it is now. It's ripped all the way in half. Yeah. But he's going to get it taken care of and hopefully be back next year. He's only a junior, so he'll have a chance to continue if he chooses to do so, I guess, is the thing.
Right.
And the Marauders have been fairly lucky here. I don't know if it's lucky. I'm sure it's luck, right, with their injuries this year. They've had some key players go down. Broyles definitely one of them. But for the most part, the Marauders have stayed pretty healthy, and I hope it continues because this is the time of the season where you really need to have your team depth, which the Marauders haven't had a whole lot of, although their JV squad and their freshman teams have done pretty well this year. So, you'd think that those kids, as they come up onto the varsity level, might be able to provide some of that depth. But the injuries have been pretty good for the Marauders this year. Their key players have stayed fairly healthy.
Well, that's certainly true. And then, of course, you take a field condition like this here tonight. Hope everybody's wearing their long cleats because it can get a little slippery out there and you get those legs going out from underneath you or directions you're not intending on a cut. And that opens up the opportunity for injuries. And then, of course, this will probably be the coldest weather the Mingus Marauders have played in yet so far.
Till next week?
Yeah, exactly, till next week.
Next week's 2 sweatshirt weather.
So would you say this is a good warm-up for next week's trip?
This is a good cool down for next week's trip.
Got it.
However, it is about 2.5 hours closer.
Right.
That makes a difference also.
Especially on the drive home. No doubts about it.
Yeah. No, we're worried about the drive there. All these kids falling asleep on the bus.
Well, that's okay. They can nap.
Yeah,
no
get
problem.
A little nap. Yeah, I know when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, I liked taking a nap.
Right.
I'm 43. I love taking naps. I'll never get to, but I would like to if I could.
Nap. What is a nap?
All right, fans, let's take a final break here of our pregame. The captains are heading out on the field. When we come back, we'll let you know what happened. We'll be back from Marauder football against the Prescott Badgers coming up right after this.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Getting fired up for tonight's ball game. All we need now is some hot chocolate and some fireworks. We'll be ready to go.
Nicholas said stay away from his hot chocolate.
See?
Hey, you know what? I noticed this might be the first field that we have played with that has a flag and a visitor's flag.
Yeah, they got 2 flags here. Real patriotic.
Right.
That's what this is.
Well, it's kind of confusing because half the crowd's looking right now.
Right.
The crowd's looking left.
Well, the Prescott Badgers won the flip, JB, and they deferred. Go figure. So they'll be kicking off. The Mingus Marauders will have the ball to start tonight's ball game. Let's see what we can do on the return. Maybe get a good return, get some good field position, and watch the Marauders march down the field and get an opening score. Hey, you know what? I think it might be warmer to stand.
Oh, I agree with you.
Sitting down on that bench, I mean, my goodness, JB. Remember next week we need to bring a heater.
Right, right. Well, you know, when you sit down on the bench, you acquire the coldness through the rump.
That's the part where I was feeling it. Yeah, right. Amazing.
Right, and then
just a brain freeze. All right, well, the Marauders in to return. It's going to be Brennan Kitchen and Tyler Herndon back deep to receive for the Mingus Marauders. And looking to kick the ball away are the Badgers. And here we go. Kick is up. It's a short kick. Will be returned by Kitchen from the 15. Kitchen brings it to the near side of the field and falls down. And that's what we talked about. We saw in the first play. out in the middle of the field. It is sloppy out there. It's very soft. It's muddy. And we saw Kitchen try to make one cut. Zip, down he goes at the 24-yard line. And the Marauders will bring out the offense for the first time here tonight. Mingus led by quarterback Luke Simmons. In the backfield, he's going to have Dakota Hanks along with Tyler Herndon. And it looks like it's going to be Rios at the other wing position on the right-hand side. Simmons from the gun will hand off going to the right side to Herndon, who's bumped in the backfield and then wrestled to the ground for a loss on the play. Lost about 2 yards on the play, maybe even 3 depending on the spot here, and he never really got going. Herndon got the handoff going from left to right, got bumped in the backfield. Initially was able to break away from that contact and then was later brought down for a loss.
Well, once again, I think the field already playing a major role out here tonight against the Mingus Marauders. 2 tackles already.
Second down and 13 for the Marauders. Simmons in the gun, takes a snap, and he's going to fake it to Herndon. Simmons keeps it himself up the middle, and he's back to about the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up third down and long now for the Marauders. A passing situation, you would think, just underway from Prescott High School. Marauders marching right to left across your radio dial. Not quite a minute into the action, and third down and long here on the initial drive for Mingus.
Herndon, by the way, needs to average about 156 yards a game to be a 1,000-yard rusher here in 2012.
These would be some tough teams to do it against. In motion as Rios, and handoff going up the middle, nowhere to run for the Marauders. And man, that wasn't a very good opening series. A gain of 2 and out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. It's going to make it fourth down and about 8 here for Mingus. And of course, the Marauders had the luxury of their quarterback is also the punter. And he's done a very nice job this year punting the ball, JB. Oh, now he's got the Badgers off sides. Won't be enough for a first down, but it helps the Marauders a little bit. Give him a little bit more room, try to turn this field over a little bit.
No kidding.
You know, Simmons has done a nice job punting the ball, Jackie. When he's got to kick it deep, he kicks it deep. When he doesn't, he's got that little rollout and a little pooch kick that he does towards the sideline. And sometimes he ends up with a really nice roll and ends up putting his opponent back.
Well, even including the pooch kicks, he is averaging about 42 yards per punt.
That's pretty good. And now the official stopping play so he can start the clock. Simmons awaiting the snap. Fourth down and 4 here, and there's the punt. It's up and it's spiraling and will hit the ground and take a Marauder bounce inside the 35-yard line, and it will be down somewhere around the 31 or 2, it looks like. So first down and 10 Badgers. Their first possession starts with decent field position at their 32-yard line. And now the Marauders will get their first look at Brady Mangarelli, the number 7 running back in the country as far as rushing this season. He's 5'11", 180 pounds, a senior, and he'll be behind quarterback Nick Rock, a 6', 165-pound senior. Not a very big line here for these Badgers, JB. The 200-pound guys, but, you know, they're probably physical. Here's a snap from the shotgun. Looking to throw out of the backfield. He's got a man on the Marauder sideline. Catch is made. Tackle is made immediately. A gain of 2, maybe 3 on the play. Pass and catch DJ Schrader with the reception. He got about 2 yards, maybe 3. And it brings up second down and 7 here for the Badgers. Working from the near hash mark, going left to right across your dial. Quarterback Rock in the shotgun. He's got one back to his left-hand side, 2 receivers on the left. Here's a snap and a handoff going left. Marauders hit him at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet and still running down the left-hand side. First down yardage and finally tackled after a gain of about 10 yards all the way out to the 45-yard line and a first down. That time it was number 1 that got the carry, and that is, what is it? It's Kane Basie, who picks up the first down for the Badgers. Here's the snap, and rolling right, looking to throw right. He's got a man. Schrader wide open on the Marauder sideline, breaking the tackle and out of bounds. Another first down, all the way to the Marauder 40-yard line. The Badgers on the move here on their opening drive.
Well, apparently the wet field doesn't seem to slow them down at all.
And first down and 10 from the right hash mark. Going from left to right across your dial at the Marauder 40-yard line. Rock looks left, Rock throws left, and it's high and incomplete. Looking for his fullback out of the backfield that time. Looks like it was 43, John Jarman. He tried to get the ball to, but it was over his head and falls incomplete, bringing up second and 10.
Eric Pierce on the coverage out there, and had he caught the ball, I'm not sure he would have gotten very far.
Here comes Mangarelli in the game for the first time. And he's behind quarterback Rock. Man in motion from left to right. Here comes a snap, and they will fake it to Mangarelli. Rock rolls right all day to throw, and he's got a man wide open, and it's incomplete in the front of the end zone. Well, he had his man. DJ Schrader had a couple of steps on the defensive back that time, and I'll tell you what, no pressure on Nick Rock. Wasn't a great throw, but he had all day to throw it.
Well, Brewer came up, kind of bit on the fake out, and took about 4 steps up. Schrader just kept going down the sideline and found himself all alone behind him.
Big third down play for the Marauder defense, 3rd and 10. Rock rolls left, Rock throws left, has a man, hit is made, and it will be short of a first down. However, it's at about the 33-yard line where it will be 4th down and 3, and you would imagine the Badgers are going to go for it.
Number 11, Zachary Pelletier on the tackle. 8-yard gain.
It's about the 33.5, almost the 34-yard line. And it is 4th down. Badgers line up to go for it. And it's a direct snap to Mangarelli. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he stops short. The Marauders have him. Hey, what a big play by the Marauder D. I think it was Carter that got in there that time. It is big Troy Carter. 6'2", 235, wraps up Mangarelli in the backfield and brings them down for a loss on the play. And the Marauders take the ball. 1st down and 10 from their own 33-yard line.
Great play by the Mingus Marauders, no doubt about it. The momentum switches, and I don't think Carter was supposed to be in that hole. He definitely beat his block.
Second possession for the Marauders. First one went 3 and out. Let's see if they can move the ball a little bit here. Simmons from the shotgun, and we have flags and stoppage of play. And ordinarily, that's going to back up the offense. We have got illegal motion on Mingus, and that will move him back 5. So the first drive wasn't great, and the second drive didn't start so well. Maybe it will finish well.
I certainly hope so.
Just underway here from Prescott High School. Both teams have had the ball once. 8:37 left to go in the opening quarter of play. The Marauders have it from between the hash marks. 2 receivers, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Empty backfield. Here's a snap. Simmons a throw. He does across the middle, and it's high and incomplete. Intended for Rios that time, and it was high and over his head, and Jesse couldn't come down with the snag. Well, 2nd and 15.
Simmons, when he's not quite warmed up yet, has that tendency to throw the ball high.
You're warmed up in a hurry out here because you're going to cool off in a hurry too. 2nd down and 15. Marauders head to the line of scrimmage. 1 back in the backfield, the left-hand side of the quarterback. And here come the Badgers, and here's a snap, and they're going to hand off, coming in left-hand side. It's Herndon jumping over tacklers. Oh, he almost broke that one, JB. He just didn't get his leg up high enough. Those are the drills you do in practice, jumping over the blocking sleds there, the pads, and that time he couldn't get up over top of them, or he had room to run. But a gain on the play of about 10 yards, bringing up, well, where is he? Yeah, about 10 yards, it looks like, maybe 9, and brings up 3rd down and 6 here for Mingus.
Yeah, he lost his footing on that last one.
Here's a 3rd down play. Marauders looking for their first down of the game. And it's going to be up the middle to Hanks again. And the Badgers are all over it. They're not biting that at all. And that's the 2nd time on 3rd and medium. The Marauders have tried to run up the middle for nothing. And they'll have to punt it away again.
Well, even if Luke catches him off sides again, we still don't get a 1st down.
Yeah, fool me once, fool me twice. Yeah, fool both times. Here's a snap, and the punt is off. It's a line drive angle to the right side, and we'll go down to about the 32-yard line. I thought it was going out of bounds. It was way on the field. About the 32-yard line, so the Badgers will start from about the same field position that they had the ball the first time with 7:23 left on the clock in the opening quarter.
Almost exactly. They'll start their drive in the same place. Mingus started their 2nd drive within the same 5 yards as where they started their first. So,
between the 20s.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, now the first possession, Mangarelli didn't even come in until a couple, and he's not in there now. Maybe he is injured, JB.
Maybe he isn't.
Here's the snap, and they'll fake the handoff. Now the quarterback being flushed out of the pocket. Looking to throw. He does. The man comes back for the ball, and the reception is made for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Well, it looked like Mingus had him. I think, yeah, they're marking it as a catch, right? Yeah. It looked like Mingus had the quarterback on the run, and he just, at the last second, Schrader came back for it, and he hit him for a good gain of about 7 yards on 1st.
Well, good job by Schrader to do that.
Here's a fake to Mangarelli and a pass over to the left-hand side and not full at Pelletier. They faked it to Mangarelli in motion from left to right and then turned and fired it back over to the left-hand side to, I believe it was number 9, Anthony Larson. Made the catch, but no yardage, and it brings up 3rd down and 4. The quarterback, Rock, in the gun. One back right next to him on his right, one back behind him. They're going to hand off to the guy on his right, and he's hitting the backfield at the line now. And they're going to mark him right about the line of scrimmage. He may have gotten a yard, but he's going to be short of a 1st down. He's going to bring up 4th and a long 2 at least, maybe even 3. Looks like they're not going to give him much progress at all. And the Marauder defense has held once again. This time they didn't give up the big march down the field before getting the ball back.
And Jordan Wellborn, who lost his crown, 6 times last game, comes out, lost it again.
DJ Schrader. Offsides on Mingus is going to give the Badgers an automatic 1st down.
Well, it looks like it was either Pierce or Pelletier that jumped off.
Man, you can't do that. Had him stop 3 and out, now you're giving him a fresh set of downs. And I think you got to watch these Badgers too. Their punter's number 7, DJ Schrader. He's split wide out on the right side right now. 2 receivers on the right, one back in the backfield. Here's a snap. Rock looking over the middle. Rock going downtown, right down the middle. He's got a man. Catch is not made through the fingertips of DJ Schrader. I'll tell you what, the Marauders better start using a little safety help on that kid. He's gotten by the corner both times that he's gone deep, and that time another one where if it was a better pass, it would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, he is very quick, and they just throw the ball up and let him run underneath it, and Brewers having a little trouble keeping up with them.
Here comes Jordan Wellborn back into the ballgame for the Marauders, replacing Greg Charles, I believe, is the player that came out. Here's a snap, and they're going to fake the handoff. Now look to throw. It's a short screen pass, and a hit man. A good D play that time by Andrew Garcia. Came flying up from that safety position and makes the tackle on Sterling Johnson for a short gain. 2 yards, brings up 3rd and 8. Marauder defense is held on 5 plays now. Let's see if they can make it 6 in a row and get that ball back. Rock in the gun, one back to his left, 2 receivers on the right. Here's a snap. Here comes the pressure, and he throws it up for grabs down the middle, and he dropped it. I was going to say they got it this time, and again, it most likely would have been a touchdown, but that time, DJ Schrader dropped it. That was a good throw. It was right there in his hands, and he just didn't hold on that time, and the Marauders will hold by virtue of the dropped pass that time.
However, the Mingus Marauders have exposed themselves a little bit here.
Throw deep. And again, as we mentioned, DJ Schrader, the guy that just dropped the ball, is the punter. And here's the snap and a little pressure, and a wobbly end-over-end punt will not be touched by the Marauders. Instead, they're going to back off, and it's going to roll inside the 15 down to around the 13-yard line. That's where the Marauders will start, 1st down and 10. See if they can get this offense rolling a little bit. 5:31 left, opening quarter. Nobody's done anything with the ball offensively. Let's see if the Marauders can get it moving.
Well, so far in the 1st quarter, we've had 53 yards of offense, and unfortunately, 41 of it has been Prescott's.
Yeah, it's all, and that's combined.
Yes.
Well, the Marauders have tried the pass a couple times. They've tried the run a couple of times. I know on 3rd and 6 or 7, I don't like to run up the middle. Let's see what we do here. 1st and 10. Here's a snap, and it's coming to the left-hand side to Herndon. Herndon lowers his shoulder and dives into the defense, picks up a couple. So he's going to have about 5, actually. He's out to about the 17 or 18-yard line. It's a gain of nearly 5 on 1st, bringing up 2nd and 5 here for the Marauders.
So far, that's been the only play. That little counter has been the only play that Mingus has had good positive yards on consistently so far.
2nd down and 5. The Marauders split 2 wide to the right side, 1 on the left, 2 wing backs on the set, 1 on either side. Here's a snap in an empty backfield, and it's going to be a keeper. Simmons has it. Simmons caught by his ankles, and he'll dive forward for a couple. I'm not sure he's got a 1st down. It looks like he's going to be just shy of a 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd and about 1 or so here for Mingus. Let's see where they spot it. And it's about a yard here for the Marauders. On 3rd down, they'll bring Alex Brewer into the ball game. On 3rd and 1, I guess you can really open up the playbook, JB. A little play action here. Get them all diving in the middle and throw it over the middle somewhere. Somebody wide open, they can run all the way to the end zone and cheer this crowd up a little bit.
Well, most importantly, got to get our first down of the game.
Well, I'll take it if it's on a touchdown. Offsides on the defense. That's an automatic first down. That time they got number 1, Kane Basie, to jump, and the Marauders will pick up a first down via the penalty as well.
Well, Prescott returns the favor then, huh?
Yeah, that was on 3rd. We gave it to them on 4th, and they were getting ready to punt. A little different. Shane Trimble comes into the ball game for the Marauders. They'll split Tyler Herndon on the left-hand side with Moronis. 1 wing back on the right side, and here's a snap. Simmons to throw across the middle, and it's behind his intended receiver. It looks like it may be Rios again. And behind him that time, it looked like Rios was open. Good pass. He may have had a good gain on that one.
Well, that was just like 5 verticals is what that play was. Everybody go deep.
And a quick hitter.
Yep, and a quick hitter, which I like.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't give the defense an opportunity to set up for anything.
2nd down and 10 now for the Marauders. Back in the backfield with Simmons in the gun. Here's a snap and a handoff coming to Herndon on the left-hand side. He'll break 1 tackle. Here come the rest of the troops, and Herndon will do a nice job. Oh, here come flags flying from all over the place. Herndon will do a nice job to pick up a couple of yards on what looked like it was going to be a loss on the play in the backfield. And then next thing you know, the field was littered with yellow. And the official talking it over. Who's it going to be? Let's see what they say here. We have got, well, Mingus is backing up. Looks like an illegal block, a chop block probably on the Marauders. And it's going to be a loss of down and a 15-yard penalty. So they lose it down and 15 yards, and now are set up with 3rd down and about 20. From back at around the original line of scrimmage here, about the 16-yard line. And the Marauders will set the play into motion. 5 wideouts on the play. Simmons throws over the middle, and short arming at that time was Rios, and it falls incomplete. Now the Marauders backed up deep by their own end zone. We'll have to punt this thing away. 3:52 in a defensive battle here in the opening quarter.
Well, we talked about the penalties, and wow, that was a costly one. Mingus kills their own drive and unfortunately does so deep in their own territory.
Apparently everybody saw it but me. Awaiting the snap. Simmons, there it is, and ooh, boy, barely got that punt off, and it's shanked out of bounds on the Marauder sideline, and Prescott is going to have tremendous field position starting 1st and 10 from the Marauder 40. Well, field position has changed in this one, no doubt about it. The Marauders got it deep, moved it a little bit, big penalty, backed them up, and now a not great punt, I guess we'll say, is out of bounds at the 40, and the Badgers have it with good field position.
Well, Mingus has relied on their defense quite a few times during the course of this season already. However, you don't want to keep doing it, especially when you don't give them much room to work with.
This is a good spot for a takeaway. 2 receivers on the right. Here's a snap. Fake the handoff. Now they will hand it to him. Sweeping to the right-hand side. Breaking a tackle. Now hit by Brewer and down, but not before a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. Garcia comes up with a ball, but they're going to say he's down before that. And that time he just kind of kept sweeping around and sweeping around. Chris Wright, the running back that time. And finally the quarterback had the ball in the stomach, had it in the stomach, then he left it there instead of trying to take it and run. Quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to run this time. It's Mangarelli. Mangarelli out in the open. He's off to the races. 1 man to catch him, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Pelletier got him and tackled him, but he didn't come down until he was across the goal line, and Mangarelli in at quarterback, taking the direct snap and running left, picks up the first touchdown of the game, and the Badgers lead the Marauders 6-0 with 3:18 left to go here in this opening quarter of play.
Well, they threw a little trickery into it and went with that direct snap. I have a feeling they've done that before.
Zach Kohler, a defensive tackle, also the kicker in to attempt the extra point. Schrader's the holder, and the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. Badgers lead 7-0. Marauder offense needs to get it going. We'll be back right after this.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Back at Prescott High School, and here we are. 3:18 left, opening quarter of the Marauders trail. I don't think Mingus has trailed since the opening game of the season, Jackie.
I believe you're right on that. I think you are right. I don't think we have trailed in a while.
Killer into kickoff again. Here it is, high and short. Again, taken by Kitchen at the 17. Kitchen in the middle of the field, across the 20 to 25, lowers the shoulder, and is tackled at about the 27-yard line.
Well, if you can get through that initial push of coverage, I mean, there really is only one safety man back there. Everybody's staying in their lanes, but just the same. We noticed in some of the stats, they do not have a touchback this season off of kickoffs.
No, this kid doesn't kick it very far at all. There's no doubt about that. Well, let's see if the Marauder offense can get rolling. The defense has given up the first points of the game. And the Marauders offense hasn't even picked up, well, they do have the one first down. Here's the pass across the middle to Moronis, and he'll make the reception. And Simmons is down and just now getting up. And there is a flag on the play. And I think we're going to have roughing the passer. And Simmons is just getting up now and heading back over to the huddle. And now he's down, bending over at his knees. And they're going to add a little yardage onto this one. Moronis with the catch and reception for about 15 yards or so. And now we're going to have 15 more put onto it for a late hit on the quarterback. And just like that, the Marauders are on the march at the 44-yard line of the Prescott Badgers. Simmons appears to be okay as he runs down the field with the rest of the team. First down and 10, Mingus on the Prescott side of the field for the first time all night, trying to answer the Badger touchdown. Here's a snap, and we've got flags flying and an illegal motion against the Marauders. Mingus hurts themselves with penalties, JB. It was one of our keys to the game we talked about here in the pregame. And now from first and 10 from the Badger 44, it's first and 15 from the Badger 49. Doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot.
Well, yeah, especially when you've had trouble getting first downs.
Simmons from the gun, one back next to him on his left-hand side. Here's a snap and a handoff to Herndon, sweeping to the left and nowhere to run. Herndon trying to stay on his feet, and he'll get an extra 2 yards. And again, the sweep to the short side of the field, not mounting many yards for the Mingus Marauders here. I would still like to see Mingus run that into a reverse sometime.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? No kidding. Well covered by the Badgers out there.
Yeah, a gain of 2. Oh, we lost 2. It's a loss of 2 on the play. It's second down at 12. Here's a handoff going to the right side to Herndon, and nowhere to run again for Herndon. And again, he's down at about the line of scrimmage, bringing up third down and 12 here for Mingus.
No, actually it was a gain of 2 because we had the penalty that drove us back 5 yards, so it was first and 15.
There we go.
But that one didn't help.
That one didn't do much, no. Third down and about 13 here for the Marauders. Coming down in the final minutes of the opening quarter, 7-0. Badgers lead. Mingus got a minute 35 left to go. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back, under pressure, throws, and nobody there. Well, Simmons was under pressure. Somebody came straight through that line unblocked, and Simmons got rid of it, but there's nobody there to catch it, and the Marauders are going to have to punt it away. 1:29 left to go, opening quarter of play. It's already 7-0. The Badgers with the lead, and they're looking to get the ball back. Simmons standing at his own 45-yard line, awaiting the snap, has a snap in. Man, just barely got it away again. And this time it will take a good Marauder bounce, and oh no, all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Man, and I thought he was going to put that thing out just at the corner.
It looked like it, huh? That coffin corner, the old Ray Guy style. Well, the Badgers will have it back, leading by 7 with 1:23 left to go in the opening quarter at their own 20-yard line. The Badgers bring their offense out. So far, their best play was a direct snap to Mangarelli, who hasn't even played half of their offensive snaps. He got a direct snap, took off left, and ran all the way to the end zone for the only score of the game.
Yeah, not bad for 2 touches, huh?
Marauder defense back out on the field, trying to figure out a way to stop this Badger offense. Quarterback Rock in a shotgun, one back behind him. Here's a snap, and he'll hand off to that guy going left. We got flags on the play, right with the carry. He's going to have about 4 yards before being tackled. Flags did come flying in from the Badger side of the field. And we'll have to wait and see what the referee's got to say about this one. It looks like he's going to back the Badgers up for a false start. And that'll help the Marauder D a little bit. It'll be first down over again, but it'll be first and 15.
Well, Wright had the carry back there. And interesting, as we take a look at the number of rushes, they've run the ball 4 times, and they've actually attempted 9 passes against the Marauders.
Man in motion from left to right behind the Badger line. Now the running back will switch from the left to the right side of the quarterback, who takes a snap and rolls right. Looking to throw to a man that's wide open. They got it to Schrader. He's hit and knocked out of bounds. He's going to be close to a first down. I mean, Jackie, come on. This kid's made catch after catch after catch. That time he had a 10-yard cushion. And they switched all their personnel over to the right-hand side, rolled that way. I mean, there's an indication they're going to throw to this guy. You got to play him a little tighter.
Yeah, that is his 4th catch for 35 yards.
Here's the quick snap, and it's again Mangarelli with the direct snap, and he's going to be tackled. But after gaining enough yardage for a first, all the way out to the 30-yard line, it looks like. No, where is he? Yeah, at the 35-yard line. And that will be a first down for the Badgers, who are in a hurry-up offense as they're back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Here's the snap and a handoff coming up the middle, and the Marauders making a play on the ball. A couple of good hits in there on the ball carrier, Kane Bazi, and he'll have a couple more yards, about 2, maybe 3 on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 7. And again, the Badgers look to the sideline and head back to the line of scrimmage.
Garcia came up, put a nice lick on him. That one will sting on a cold night.
Overload on the right side again, working from the right hash mark. Here's a snap. Quarterback looking right, throwing to a wide open receiver once again. And I believe he made the catch.
How did he make the catch? It was tipped by Pelletier.
Right into his hands, and he made the catch for nearly first down yardage. It's the same kid, DJ Schrader. Time after time. Time to play him a little closer.
Well, they're afraid of getting him beat deep with him.
3rd down and about a foot. The Marauders stack up that line. All the linebackers stacked up on the line. They've got 9 in the box. Quarterback, Rock, set under center. Takes a handoff, coming to the left-hand side to Mangarelli. Mangarelli has the first down, and now he's slammed to the ground and out of bounds by 3 Marauders, but not before a pickup of about 6 out near midfield, and another first down for the Badgers.
Mingus was dangerously close to a face mask call on that one. I think he got his fingers in his ear hole.
This Badger hurry-up offense has the Marauders defense riddled. Here's the snap. Rock rolling left, under pressure this time, and he escapes the pressure. Now he's going to tuck and run to the sideline and out of bounds after a short gain. It looks like he got to midfield, which will be a gain of about a yard, maybe not quite, and brings up 2nd down and 9.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt that this Prescott squad has speed, and they know how to use it, Zach.
2nd and 9, time for the Marauders to come up with a turnover. Awaiting the snap from the gun is Rock. Here's a snap, looking left, looking left, looking left, looking to roll left, looking to throw left. He's got a man, but he's out of bounds. That time intended for Anthony Larson over on the Badger sideline. But Larson unable to come up with the catch, and now the Marauders have them 3rd and 9, a long 9, and a chance to get their defense off the field. We've got a player down here on the sideline, Jackie, changing jerseys, maybe trying to get himself into an eligible jersey. Here's the snap, high snap. Rock looking to throw deep down the middle. He looks to go, and it is tipped away. Good D by Brewer that time. That's the one thing on the Marauder side is when this kid throws the ball, there's a lot of air underneath it, and that time it gave Brewer a chance to get back and make a play. And wisely, Brewer just went to try to tip that ball away instead of make the interception and bring up 4th down. It will be 4th and 9 when we return. End of the opening quarter of play. Badgers on top, 7-0.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Prescott High School, Badgers punted away on 4th down. It's not returned. The Marauders just let it roll, and it rolls all the way to about the 18-yard line. Field position has been a big difference in this ball game. The Badgers have had good field position. The Marauders have been backed up deep all night. Mingus trailing 7-0.
Well, their punting game is punted low. I don't think it gets more than about 10 yards off the ground.
Simmons takes the snap, looks to hand off. No, he's got to keep it himself, and he's hit and drilled in the backfield. Big play that time by the defense. That's Norm Pitts, who also plays center, came in from his defensive end position and made a play in the backfield, and a loss of about a yard, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for Mingus. Mingus back in the huddle now. They'll break the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage. One receiver on the left-hand side, wing back on the left and the right. One back in the backfield. Awaiting the snap is Simmons at the quarterback position. He'll hand off to the right side. It's coming, and it's going to be Tyler Herndon for a gain of a couple. He's back out across the 20 to about the 23 or 4-yard line, where it will now be 3rd down and about 6 here for Mingus.
Picks up about another 5. He's been the Mingus Marauder main weapon. He's got 7 carries, 24 yards.
Well, big 3rd down for the Marauder offense. Offense hasn't done much here tonight. Here's a snap, and flags come flying again. Marauders killing themselves with penalties. That's one of the 3 keys to the game, and we talked with Coach Young about here tonight, JB. He said that the turnovers are going to play a part in the outcome, and penalties are going to play a part in the outcome. So far, the penalties have hurt the Marauders here tonight. They're back to 3rd and 11.
Well, they're also killing themselves in field position if they can't get at least a couple of 1st downs going.
And it's going to take a big play. Empty backfield. Simmons in the gun, awaiting the snap. There it is, looking left, throwing left. He's got a man, and he's wide open. Could have been still running down the field, but thrown over the head of Tyler Herndon and incomplete. Well, the Marauders are going to have to punt it away again with 10:28 left to go here in the opening half of play. Badgers already ahead 7-0, and they're going to get great field position again after this Marauder punt. And Simmons has to be careful because the Badgers have been getting through and putting some pressure on him. Here it is again. He'll get it off, and it's a short punt angled towards the Badger sideline, and will roll out of bounds at the Marauder 46. So the Badgers have twice started with the ball on the Marauder side of the field. They scored on one of them. Let's see if Mingus can hold them out here and get that ball back to their offense. See the Marauder offense come off the field and get some of those coaches on him a little bit. Coach Young immediately with quarterback Luke Simmons on the sideline trying to figure out how they can get the ball moving a little bit here at their offense.
Well, Prescott punted from their last drive at the 50. Now have the ball at the Mingus 46. They gained 4 yards by punting the ball away.
Here's the snap. Rock looks right. Rock throws right. Has a man. It's Schrader again. Go figure. The kid's open by 10 yards, and he catches it and gets pushed out of bounds. And it might not be much, but when he makes the reception every time, you got to start playing him a little tighter. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Hurry up offense. Rock in the gun. 2 backs to his right. Here's the snap. Look at it. Throw left. Wide open. Has the man. Oh, then the ball's fumbled. No. Oh. I think Anthony Larson had his hands on it that time, folks. And it was jarred away from him, and the Marauders were looking to come up with that big turnover. For our fans watching at home, here it is. Let's take a look. And looks like he never had it.
No, he didn't have the possession. It was bouncing off the face mask.
And a 3rd down here for the Marauder defense. Quarterback Rock in the shotgun. He's got a man. It's Mangarelli in motion from right to left. One back in the backfield on it now. Mangarelli in motion again from the left to right. Here's the snap. Rock looking down the middle. Rock flushed out of the pocket to the right side. Throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted by the Marauders. It's Brewer out of the backfield to the left-hand side. Brewer still on his feet across midfield, and he won't be tackled until he reaches the 47-yard line of the Prescott Badgers. The Marauders get the first turnover of the game, and they're going to have good field position to start a drive for the first time tonight. Looking to tie it up here. 10:05 left, 2nd quarter. Badgers on top, 7-0.
Well, great return, too. Brewer returns at about 20 yards, 22 yards. And this is our first visit to the Prescott side of the field.
Feels good. Glad to be here. First down and 10 Marauders with good field position to start the drive. Simmons in the shotgun. Wing back on the left-hand side is Kitchen. Now he's coming to the right-hand side. Sled up in the slot now on the right. Here's the snap. Simmons looks right, throws right, has it to Kitchen, who makes a catch in the backfield and fights to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll have about a yard. Well, they had a guy wide open over there. Kitchen, there just wasn't anybody over there to block for him. He caught the ball, and the Badgers were all over him.
Well, that's why he was wide open.
Brewer comes into the ball game now. And we haven't seen much from Brewer besides the interception, but we haven't seen much from him offensively. He's been the Marauders' main target all season long in the passing game. Here on 2nd down and 8 from the Badger 46, 47-yard line. Let's see what the Mingus Marauders do. A handoff to the right side to Herndon, who's hitting the backfield and down at the line. Well, I don't know, Jackie. We've talked about it for the last couple of years. I don't see the sweep to the short side of the field. You're stacking up the defense all on one side of the field, and you're going to sweep to that side where the sideline is, who always makes a tackle. And the Badgers haven't been fooled by it once tonight. Herndon hasn't had a big gain. As a matter of fact, I bet he hasn't had more than 5 yards on a carry tonight.
He had 1 9-yard gain.
Here's a snap, and the same thing to the right side to Herndon on a sweep to the short side of the field, and a lose a yard. I don't want to say it. It's starting to look like last year's offense.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Mingus giving up all of their momentum here.
And we'll punt it away. 4th and 9, and it's a good idea because if you don't make it, they've got good field position again. At least back them up a little bit here. And Simmons gets off a punt to the right side and...
Oof, shanked.
Yeah, shanked another one. And they're going to mark it out of bounds at the 23. So it's not too bad.
Well, that's a great mark. I think that ball went more out along the lines about the 32.
First down and 10, Prescott Badgers from their 23-yard line. Badgers have moved the ball a little bit with their offense. They've got 1 score to show for it, and that came off of a short field. Marauder offense has not looked good tonight, JB.
No, not at all.
See, the defense can come up with another big play. Mangarelli in the eye. Here's a snap. They give it to Mangarelli. Going right. Mangarelli jumps through the line of scrimmage and had an opening and then was caught from behind and tackled by Brewer. But he's got a first down carry of about 12, 13 yards out across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, so far in this game, he's got 5 carries and 56 yards.
Trips on the right, 1 on the left, 1 back in the backfield. Man in motion from right to left. Now here's a snap on the roll. To the right side is Rock. Rock looking, throw in, and it is incomplete. Threw it at the feet of Schrader that time, and he couldn't come up with the play. 2nd down and 10 now for the Marauder defense. And the Marauder defense trying to carry the offense a little bit here, Jackie. We're almost halfway through the 2nd quarter, and the Marauders haven't been on the board at all.
No, not at all. Nick Rock, by the way, that pick by Brewer was only the 2nd interception he's thrown all season.
2nd down and 10. They'll hand off to the right side to Mangarelli. Mangarelli trying to get to the outside, and he'll be hit and finally knocked down, but not before a gain of about 7 yards across the 40-yard line to about the 42. They need to get across midfield for a first down, so it's going to be about 3 or 4 yards here on 3rd. And here's a snap, and they fake the handoff. It's Mangarelli at the direct snap, and he's still on his feet and running to the right, and he's got a first down. Across midfield to the Marauder 49-yard line. It's going to be close, actually, depending on the spot. I think he's got it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And the officials say...
Well, they're trying to judge it with the bend in the field.
First down. Yeah, a big crown out in the middle of the field. Mangarelli picks up another first down, and at this point, the Badgers might be thinking about chewing up the rest of this clock, trying to score going in, knowing they're getting the ball to start the 2nd half. Mingus defense looking for another takeaway. Handoff right up the middle in a blaze, but not much room there for Kane Basie. And Basie's going to have a couple yards, maybe 3 actually, after it's all settled. And brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Badgers. Nick Rock, a 6', 165-pound quarterback, takes a snap. And a fumble, and the Marauders will down him, and he will fall on it rather, and be down. Back at about the 44. So it's going to be a loss on the play and bring up 3rd and 12 now for the Badgers, a loss of about 6 yards. Well, here's a chance for the Marauder D to get off the field once again. Set under center this time is Rock. He's got an I formation behind him. One receiver deep on the right side. Here's the snap. Fake the handoff. Rock rolling right. Rock jump pass to the right. Intended for Schrader and incomplete. Well, the Marauder defense holds, and they will get the ball back with 6:37 left in the opening half of play. Mingus down 7-0 and looking to get the ball back for their offense, who has not done much with it, but all it takes is once.
Oh, that is true. The big play can kill quickly, huh?
Let's see if Garcia can get on a punt here and keep it from rolling inside the 20. Here's the punt. It's up, it's high. Garcia's called for a fair catch, and he'll make it at about the 27 or 8 yard line, and the Marauders will start from there. Plenty of time, 6:31 left to go in the opening half. Mingus has the ball down 7-0. The only time the Marauders have been shut out in the opening half was against Lakeside Blue Ridge. They scored 13 in the second half. It came up a little short, and their only loss 16-13.
Right. Well, considering the time of possession in this game, I got to tip my hat to the Mingus Marauder defense. They've kept the Marauders in this game, only being down by 7.
Mingus to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Simmons in a shotgun formation. One running back to his left, and they'll look to hand off on a misdirection, and there's nothing there. They're going to lose a couple yards.
That was Kitchen running the ball.
Yep. Brennan Kitchen came from a wing position on the right and got the handoff and went backwards. Lost 2, brings up 2nd and 12. Now the Marauders have not been able to run the ball tonight. There's no doubt about it. This is kind of like what it looked like for Coconino when the Marauders showed up there. Coconino thought they were going to run the ball, and Mingus had different thoughts on it. And so far tonight, the Badgers have been all over the Marauder run game. 2nd down and 12. Here's the snap, and Simmons under pressure. He looks to dump it off, and he's hit on the play. No penalty flags, and that time flying through there came Basie, untouched, and drills Simmons. And I was looking for a flag because Simmons got rid of it, and I thought they might try to get him for intentional grounding, but no call on the play. It's 3rd and 12. And the clock is stopped on the incompletion. Still 5:54 left to go here in the second quarter. Marauders were hoping to get the ball back and score a touchdown, or if nothing else, at least move it down the field and use up some of this clock to not give the Badgers another chance to score going into halftime. 3rd down and 12. Here's a snap. Simmons looking to throw. Pump fakes and then throws.
What was that?
Looked like he threw it into the back of Herndon, who wasn't looking for it, and the Marauders turn it over, are going to have to punt it away again on 4th and 12. No blocking up front, and the running game has done nothing.
Well, Simmons was desperate to get rid of that ball, and probably a little bit too desperate.
The Marauders are getting beat on the line. 4th down and 12, and Simmons will look to punt it away here. Awaiting the snap. Badgers coming after it, and there's a snap, and the punt is off. This is a better punt, and it's going to take a good Marauder bounce. This is exactly what the Marauders needed here as the ball rolls down about the 17-yard line. So Mingus got a good punt that time from Simmons to back the Badgers up. Still 5:40 left to go here in this opening half of play. The Marauder defense, 3 and out would be a tremendous feat for them to get the ball back with some time left for the offense. See if they could tie this thing up going into the locker room.
Well, the defense has a takeaway so far, so winning that category. However, not able to take advantage of it with a 3 and out right after that, after Brewer's interception.
Yeah, we want to win the category of standing in the end zone with the football. 1st down and 10. In at quarterback, Mangarelli. Sending a man in motion. It's a quarterback Rock, and they'll fake the handout to him. Mangarelli keeps it. Coming to the left-hand side. He's got a block. Mangarelli caught and still on his feet. He didn't go down, and he's still running down the sideline, left-hand side. Stiff arming, and Pierce will bring him down. They spun him around. He did a flip, and he never went down, Jackie. He came back up onto his feet and took off for another 30 yards or more inside the Marauder 30. They'll mark him at the 28-yard line. Mangarelli with a big play for the Badgers, and they're set up looking to score again.
45 yards on the run, and holy cow, how did he not go down? He landed on the Mingus Marauder player.
Rock in at quarterback this time. 2 running backs, one in front of him, one behind him. Will hand off to the guy behind him. It's Wright going to the right side, and he's down after a short gain. Tackle made by Garcia. Gain of about 2 yards, and the clock running now, 5:09 and counting in the opening half. Badgers leading 7-0 over the Mingus Marauders. Rock in at quarterback. Shotgun formation, looking right, throwing right, hits his man who was tackled immediately. Big hit by the Marauders that time, and Kane Basie was the recipient of the reception, and then it looks like Brandon Gregson is the one that came in and hit him, and Gregson's walking around a little gingerly.
Well, he'll lose 2 yards on the reception.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Badgers. Rock, the quarterback, in motion, and snap is directly to Basie, and he's tackled after a short gain by Jordan Wellborn, bringing up 4th down now. 4:20 left to go here in the opening half. It is 4th down and 11 for the Badgers from about the Marauder 28 or 9 yard line. And let's see what they're going to do here. They're switching out personnel, bringing Rock and Mangarelli back into the ball game along with Sterling Johnson. Rock will line up on the left-hand side of wing position. Mangarelli in at quarterback sends Rock in motion. Here's a snap. Mangarelli looking to throw to the left-hand side. He's got a man, and the catch is made at the Marauder 5-yard line. The big tight end, Jared Teffingheller, gets the ball at the Marauder 5. And with Senegal all over him defensively, the Marauders give up the big play on 4th down, and now the Badgers have it 1st and goal at the Mingus 5. 3:51 left to go here in this opening half. The Marauders defense needs to tighten up here. Rock gets the snap, hands off. Mangarelli going left. Mangarelli nose down into the pile, and he pushes the pile forward, but will be denied the goal line. A gain of 3 to the 2. 2nd down and goal now for the Badgers as the clock ticks down to 3.5 minutes left in the opening half rather.
Mangarelli coming into tonight was 4 for 6 throwing the ball.
Mangarelli in at quarterback again. Rock, the quarterback, in motion. Here's the snap, and Mangarelli's going to keep it. Cut it back in the middle. Mangarelli stacked up and down. Right back to about the line of scrimmage. We may have even lost a yard. Brings up 3rd down and goal, and a Marauder getting up slow. This time it's Garcia. Badgers all looking to the sideline for the play. They don't huddle, they just look to the sideline. And now they're running number 11 over there to the sideline to get confirmation from the coach, Gunnar Wilkin. Mangarelli coming out of the ball game. It's a little surprising to me. Rock in at quarterback, 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Man in motion from right to left. Rock in the gun, awaiting the snap. There it is. Looking right, looking over the middle, and it is tipped and incomplete. Good defense again by Mingus. 2.5 minutes left in the opening half of play. 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line for the Badgers. Essentially an extra point attempt for a field goal, and they'll bring the kicking team out on the field. The kicker is 52, Zach Kohler, who also plays defensive tackle. Made his extra point earlier. He's got the wind blowing right into his face. Awaiting the snap on the field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it looks like it is right down the middle, and good. And the Badgers extend the lead 10-0 here with 2:26 left in the opening half of play. The Marauders have not been shut out since the opening game of the season in the first half, and they've got 2:26 to work with. We'll be back with the Marauder kickoff after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Back at Prescott High School, Badgers extend the lead now 10-0 as Keller looks to kick off. High and short. Taken by Kitchen at the 20. Kitchen hands off to Herndon. Herndon coming up the middle. They'll be tackled about the 28. Well, long field to go for the Marauders. They ought to be familiar in this territory. It's where they've been all night. 2:21 left to go here in the first half of play. 10-0 Badgers with the lead. And remember, Prescott will have the ball to start the second half of play.
Well, one big play by Mangarelli, which was absolutely amazing, set his team downfield and changed the whole field position there late in the second quarter.
1st and 10, Herndon next to Simmons in the backfield. Simmons throws to Herndon out of the backfield. Got a man on him defensively, and he'll turn it upfield down that left sideline and pick up a couple of yards. Marauder fans cheering anything positive at this point. Hasn't been much. Only 5 yards on the gain, maybe even only 4. But it makes the Marauder fans happy. They may just be cheering to try to warm themselves up a little bit, JB.
Now that is very likely.
Clock stopped at 2:15 as Herndon was knocked out of bounds. Mingus still with 3 timeouts to work with. Waiting the snap. There it is, and handoff up the middle, and struggling for yardage is Hanks. Yep, that's who it is, Hanks, and he's out across the 35, just barely. A gain of about 2 or 3 yards, and it brings up 3rd down and about 4 here for Mingus. Alex Brewer runs the play into the game for the Marauders here on 3rd down and 4. 1:45 left to go here in the opening half. Mingus trailing 10-0 on the road at Prescott. 3rd down and 4 play. Double wingback formation. One back in the backfield. Here's a snap in. Handoff up the middle, and Hanks will have a 1st down. Hasn't worked all night, but they got it that time. Out across the 40-yard line, about the 41, and that's enough for a 1st for the Marauders.
Second 1st down for the Mingus Marauders. No, 3rd. Second one they've earned. They got one by penalty.
Yeah. 1st down and 10, Mingus looking for some points. Here's a snap. Simmons throws immediately to the left-hand side. He's got it to Herndon. Herndon is out of bounds after a gain of about 6 on the play, and that will stop the clock. That's good news for Mingus. Still 76 seconds left to work with here in this opening half and 3 timeouts. Oh, was that Herndon? Yeah, it was Herndon that made the catch. I thought maybe it was number 2. But haven't seen Anthony Lopez all year long, JB, so we'll go with Herndon, number 12. Second down and 5 now for the Marauders, working out between the hash marks. Simmons takes the snap, looking left, it's tipped in the air and incomplete. Whoa. Man, that was lucky for the Marauders. That ball was tipped and it stayed up in the air for a while. Unfortunately, it came back down and it was incomplete, not picked off.
Well, the blitz was on, and certainly the penetration was there, and Simmons just desperately trying to get rid of that ball. I mean, we're talking shotgun snap and about 1.5 seconds he's looking for release.
Still 1:12 left to go here in the opening half. Marauders trailing 10-0. They've got the ball, 3rd down and 5 from their own 41-yard line. Man in motion from left to right. Here's a snap. Simmons rolling right. Simmons looking to throw. Pump fake. Simmons throws. Now he's got a man. Kitchen. He's got a 1st down. Still on his feet. And did he get out of bounds? Not quite. But he's got a 1st down for the Marauders. Mingus on the move. 64 seconds left to go here in the opening half of play. The Marauders do have the wind to their back, going from left to right across your radio dial. Now set up on the near hash mark on the Marauders sideline. The clock starts to run down to a minute. The Marauders retreat from their huddle and head to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10, working on the Badger side of the field. Kitchen in motion. Here's the snap. Simmons looking to throw. The Kitchen again. It's over his head and incomplete. And then Kitchen takes a shot after the play. You can hear the Marauder fans grumbling a little bit here to our left, looking for the late hit and unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there. They're not going to get it. That'd be a big one. It'd move the Marauders really down near striking position. They're in striking position now, I guess, but we haven't seen a big play yet from the Marauder offense tonight.
No, in fact, receiving the ball, we have not seen Brewer receive the ball yet at all.
He's been the man all year long. The Brew Crew. Second down and 10 as the Marauders head back to the line of scrimmage. 47 seconds left here in the half. Simmons takes a snap, looking left, throwing left. He's got it over to Herndon, and it's over his head and incomplete again. Bringing up third down and 10 now for the Marauders. 44 seconds left to go here in the second quarter of play. 10-0, Prescott with the lead.
Well, apparently Simmons and the Marauders offense does not believe they can get anybody downfield to throw the ball to.
They don't have time. Simmons doesn't have time. He gets a snap, and he's got to throw quick because the defense is through the line. The Marauders are getting killed on the line here tonight. Something we haven't seen all year long. Line's done a pretty nice job. Third down and 10 now as Mingus heads back up to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, Kitchen from right to left. Here's a snap. Simmons rolling, under pressure, throws, and it's intercepted. And the Marauders will get to him and bring him down. Simmons is just under duress, snap after snap, and the interception is thrown and taken to the 45-yard line of the Badgers, where they'll have it 1st and 10 with 38 seconds left to go here in the half. And unless the Marauders figure out how to give Simmons a little bit of time or run the ball, one or the other, they're in trouble here tonight, down 10 here going into halftime.
Well, Mingus was putting together a drive. What a momentum switch that would have made had they been able to get into the end zone, get some points on the board, maybe only be down by 3 where you got dominated in the first half.
Yeah. Now you can't let him get a cheap score.
No.
Got to keep it at 10. Don't nothing over you, nothing downfield. Keep them here. First down and 10. Rock in the gun, takes a snap, hands off, going to the right-hand side to right, nowhere to run. Right brought down at the line of scrimmage. That helps. 30 seconds, clock running. Badgers not looking to stop it. They may be just looking to run a couple of plays and head to the locker room up 10, knowing they'll have the ball to start the second half. Most likely the last play of the half here. Clock down to 15 seconds. Rock in the gun. One man to his left side. He's got 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And awaiting the snap. There it is. Rock dropping back, looking down the middle. Rock throws it up for grabs. He's got a man, Schrader, and he drops it again. He was open in between 3 Marauder defenders. If he made the catch, he would have been at about the 15-yard line. The clock still had a second on it. That would have given him a chance to kick another field goal, seemingly in field goal position. Now the clock reads 000. And it looks like they're going to call it halftime. That's it. At the end of the half, the Prescott Badgers with the lead. 10-0 over the Mingus Marauders. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the halftime show. And Jay from Sears coming up after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Welcome to the Sears Halftime Report. On Facebook, be sure to like Cottonwood Sears for special Sears coupons each Friday and one-of-a-kind deals from your local Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center. In just a moment, we'll have a recap of the first half, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. Now, let's head back live to the press box. Here's Zach Calandra.
Back at Prescott High School, and at the half, it's 10-0. The Badgers with the lead. The Marauders shut out in the opening half for the second time this year. The first time was their opening game of the season against the Lakeside Blue Ridge team. And tonight, same thing, shut out, down 10 at the half. The Badgers have had great field position all night. A couple of big plays by Mangarelli has been the difference. One on a touchdown, another on a 4th down and 11 pass that he finds a tight end at the 5-yard line. They end up converting into a field goal, and the Marauders defense has done a decent job with what they've been given. The offense has done absolutely nothing here tonight.
No, really haven't. Mingus has been held to under 100 yards here in the first half. I don't want to say how far under 100, but nonetheless, Mingus has not offensively been able to get anything going. Let's take a look at the game summary here. It's been all Badgers here in Prescott. First quarter, 3:18 left to go, and a direct snap to Mangarelli puts them on the board and results in a 31-yard touchdown run as he goes off to the left-hand side, cuts it back, finds some running room, and I think that may have been his, I think that was his second touch of the game. Great hustle by Pelletier, by the way, not letting that one go. He's going to clip an ankle on the way in, but Mangarelli falls into the end zone, and after the extra point, it was 7-0. Second quarter action, 2:26 left to go. Mingus somehow defensively keeps Prescott, although they moved up and down the field almost at will, keeps them out of the end zone. A great stand deep into their own territory from the 3-yard line, forces the field goal attempt, and with 2:26 left to go, a 21-yard field goal puts the Prescott Badgers up here at halftime 10-0. That's been it.
That's been it. The Marauders need to figure out a way to get their offense going, JB. I guarantee you don't win if you don't score. And they're already down 10. The Badgers will have the ball to start the second half of play. It's going to be imperative that the Marauders come out with a stop. A 3-and-out would be great, but they've got to at least stop the Badgers, and hopefully in an area where they can get good field position to start their opening drive. Try to get that momentum going a little bit and get a touchdown on the board and see if they can get the Badgers on their heels a little bit here in the second half.
Well, you start to wonder whether or not the cold is playing a role here against the Mingus Marauders. They've not seen this kind of cold so far this game, and it's a little bit windy, and boy, as of yesterday, Mr. Winter started to move into northern Arizona.
Only for a couple of days, going back up near 100 Monday, they say.
Amen. Yeah. Can they start tonight?
Yeah, right.
Please?
It'd be a good time. Turn on the heaters.
Yes.
Well, fans, Jay from Sears is here with us. And, Jay, what do you think here this first half? The Marauders, another fan, one of our longtime fans that's been listening to our games for years and years, says, I don't even recognize this team. This doesn't even look like Mingus.
No, it doesn't look at all like the team we've seen all year. Defenses come in. I mean, I'll tell you, those guys have worked their backsides off to keep Mingus in the game, just to keep him in it. But yeah, this is not the Mingus, the running to the short side. I just not exactly what we're used to. So, but again, Simmons isn't getting a whole lot of protection up front now. So those guys have got. I mean, that line has got to come out hungry. They've got to come out and figure out, hey, if I hit this guy more, maybe I'll get some of the warmth off his body. If you got him on the ground, heat rises. He's going to get the heat off that body. That's it. Just roll him in the mud. But yeah, so we'll see.
All right, well, we are at halftime. We've got 10-0 score on the scoreboard. The Prescott Badgers leading. Let's take a break. We'll be back to Prescott High School for more of the halftime show coming up right after these messages.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores. We're in your neighborhood.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Prescott High School, and 10-0 is our score here at halftime. We've got some scores for you from around the major leagues today. The New York Yankees knock off the Baltimore Orioles, those pesky Orioles, and the Yankees advance to the American League Championship Series, which begins tomorrow in Yankee Stadium against the Detroit Tigers. And in the top of the 7th inning, the Washington Nationals are holding home field advantage 6-3 over the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Nationals trying to fight their way back into that thing. They were trailing in that series after winning last night on a Jason Worth walk-off home run. They come back today in Game 5 and Washington leading 6-3 in the 7th. High school score for you. Barry Goldwater leads Bradshaw Mountain tonight 13-2. See a lot of safeties this year, Jay. A lot of safeties. Hey, speaking of safety, there's safety in appliances.
There is.
Yes,
there is.
If you have appliances at your home, you don't need to go other places to use them.
Exactly.
So you're safer.
Exactly, and you're safer. Because those quarters that you put in the machines at the laundromat, you can put them in your bank.
There you go.
You got a little extra money.
A safe saver.
So it is a safe saver. It is.
Idea.
It is.
So what do we got going on at Sears? Lots of good things happening at Sears once again right now. I saw you guys had a banner out front. Was it Family and Friends Day or something?
Yeah, that was today. That gave
good.
you an extra 10% off. But for those that didn't make it to that one, it's all good.
Oh, good.
We have got, they've just got great sales going on. I'll tell you, Sears, they're always looking out for the customers one way or another. If you're looking, they're going to get you the deal. Right now, they have a hometown pricing event, which means at the hometown stores, you're getting an extra 10% off. That goes on through, the 15th? October 15th. So you got up until then to get an extra 10% off. Kenmore appliances now are up to 20% off already. And then you can get an extra 5% off if you have a Sears card. If you don't have one, you can apply for one.
So you can get up to 25% off of Kenmore with your Sears card?
Yeah, up to 25, and then you get the extra 10%. So there's 35% potential.
Man, keep going. It might be free.
I know, huh? Might be free. I know, huh? Here's a great example, and this is a laundry set that I actually have at home.
There you
go.
go.
I'm telling you, I'll sell this thing all day long. Okay, all right. It's regular price on this
unit is crazy. It's usually regularly priced $822.99. All right, on sale right now for $549.99. All right, that's your 20% off.
$270 or so there.
Right. You're going to take another 10% off. We're going to drop it to $499. Wow. And then you're going to get another 5% off on top of that. You're down to what? $470, $449 for an absolutely awesome, high efficiency washer dryer set. I mean,
that's for the set.
Well, that's just each. Sorry, that's just each. That's all right. Hey, you're under a grand. You're under a grand. I don't care how you look at it. You're under a grand for a fantastic washing machine dryer
front
set.
Load?
No, top load. Top load, but high efficiency. They don't have the agitator in the middle.
I have no idea what any of that means.
I know you don't, but most people who do laundry will
My
know.
wife's at home nodding. Oh, that's true.
That's true, exactly. What's cool about not having the agitator in there, you can put kids in there, wash them real good. No, all right, parents. No. That's kind of,
I mean,
now
it's the same thing. That's an agitator.
Exactly.
That's just an agitator that talks.
That's
back.
Exactly.
All right, fans. Let's take another quick break here at halftime. Some of the Marauders are headed back out on the field, but so they're just kicking the ball around a little bit. We'll be ready for the second half. 10-0. Badgers with the lead here at halftime. We'll be back to Prescott High School after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's prime rib to cowboy caviar, and from cactus fries to cowboy burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Your life, it's all out in front of you. Your future, wide open. Come and get it. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored. It's a big world. So many places to go and things to see. Experiences you've dreamed of. They can all start close to home. Degrees that transfer, programs that train for jobs. Yavapai College. Life explored.
This has been the Sears Halftime Report. Can you name the top 10 national appliance brands available at your hometown Sears? Ready, set, go. Or cheat and visit your Cottonwood Sears in the Food City Shopping Center and ask about their price guarantee. If you were at the stadium, you'd be rushing back to your seat right now because half number 2 is getting ready to start. Exciting Mingus Marauder football will return right after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Prescott High School, 10-0 here at the half. We'd like to thank Jay from Sears for joining us here at halftime. And Jay, before we let you go, how about our hometown heroes? We want to continue to remind people about that week after week, and it's a great program that Sears has running.
It is, and as the closer we get to the holidays, we've really got to push this as a store, as a community. You come in, you can make a donation on top of your purchase. It goes straight to the men and women fighting for us overseas, those that are home, this money goes directly to them so that they can buy Christmas presents, so that they can buy holiday gifts for their families. I mean, it's such a great way to give back, especially this time of year, especially right now. You know, our prayers go out to those guys and gals that are out there keeping us safe, and
no doubt about it.
So we can sit out here in the cold and
sit out here in the cold safely.
Safely, right? Exactly, and freely.
Well, the Marauders were in the locker room for quite a while there at halftime, JB. The only players that came out to warm up for the second half were the kickers. Everybody else was in the locker room probably dodging chairs and whatnot. But the kickers were able to escape. You know, that's what they like to do with the kickers, get rid of them as quick as you can so they don't see what happens in the locker room with the real football players.
Well, we do need to remind everybody that no chairs were hurt during the course of this broadcast. Hey, let's go through a couple of stats. Not great the way it works out here for the Mingus Marauders in the first half offensively. Simmons, his 5 for 15, only 40 yards. He's been picked once, but of his 15 attempts, I got to say, honestly, I think he was hurried on at least 12 or 13 of them. Herndon has found running room very, well, precarious. Has not found a lot of it. 9 carries, 24 yards, averaging a little better than 2.5 yards a carry. 39 rushing yards, 40 passing yards. Mingus has only been able to muster 79 yards of total offense here in the first half. The Prescott Badgers, boy, they have been taking advantage of their home field. Over 200 yards of offense just in the first half against the Mingus Marauders. Quarterback Nick Rock is 9 for 19. 82 yards, 1 interception. Actually, he's got 51 yards. Mangarelli has 21 yards of that himself. Throwing the ball, carrying the ball, Mangarelli has 10 carries, 116 yards, averaging 11.6 yards per carry. He's got the only touchdown for Prescott. 212 yards of offense against Mingus's defense. It just doesn't seem typical.
JJ in to kick it away. Jacobo ready to kick off for the Marauders. Badgers think the Marauders may have something up here, looking to go onside. And are waiting. Jacobo, he's waiting for the official to blow the whistle so we can get going. Badgers bringing some more guys up near the line of scrimmage there. And Jacobo will step it off and be ready to kick this thing away. Now the Badgers switching more guys back and forth. And Jacobo will kick it away deep and towards the end zone. It will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Good kick that time. He's got the Badgers at their 20-yard line. Rider defense needs to come out and make a statement here. We're not letting you guys score anymore. See if they can get that offense fired up.
Well, Mangarelli, the only thing he could do on that was go get the ball out of the end zone, which is exactly what you wanted him to do. And we'll get him to the 20-yard line. Let's not get the ball in his hands, though. You
know, JB, I look behind us. We got some of the local youth playing a football game behind us here, and there's a crazy guy out there in shorts and a T-shirt. Where is his mother?
I don't know, but it's not mine, right?
No.
Okay.
First down and 10. Here's the snap and a handoff going to the right-hand side, and it's Mangarelli. Mangarelli breaking tackles and down after a gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards. And a good run on first down. So far, the Marauder defense hasn't done what we need them to do here in the second half.
Well, he is just so hard to get to when he gets around that corner, and he is elusive.
And the Marauders going to be caught for too many men on the field here. And there's the flag. And instead, it's Mangarelli running down the right sideline. 1 man to beat. Seneca making a dive, and he'll make the tackle. A touchdown, saving tackle. The Marauders are going to have a flag thrown on them for too many men on the field. And they're going to decline that and take the Mangarelli run all the way down to the Marauder 25-yard line. And it wasn't, except for Seneca, Jeremy Seneca getting back and making the tackle, saves the touchdown that time for Mingus.
54 yards on the run, and then just like that on 13 carries, he's got 176 yards.
Marauder coaching staff not looking too happy. I don't blame them. Badgers on the march once again. Quarterback Rock in the shotgun. 1 back behind him, 1 on the right side. He's got a receiver split to either side. Here's the snap. Hand off to Basie. Basie off to the right side, and he's tripped up awkwardly and down. And now we've got flags flying. And it may have been a helmet hit over there. I couldn't quite see it. And let's see what the official's going to say. It may have been a face mask here, Jackie. We'll have to take a look here. Our fans at home are going to have a chance to see it on the replay. Oh, yeah, it's a face mask on Brewer. Grabbed him with the left hand. And, well, not looking good for the Marauders here in this opening drive. We were hoping 3 and out. Instead, it's first and goal for the Badgers as they'll finally spot the ball at about the 7-yard line. And the Badgers on their opening drive, we're only 37 seconds into the second half. They've got it first and goal from the Marauders 7. Rock in the gun, taking the snap, handoff up the middle, now to the left-hand side. It's Basie. Basie is hit and finally knocked backwards, but he'll have, looks like he may have gotten about a yard. No, they're going to mark him at the 5. He got about 2. It's going to bring up second and goal from the 5.
Which is absolutely amazing because he came around the corner and literally ran into Longfellow and still continued to chop the feet and move forward.
Second down and goal from the 5. Handoff to Mangarelli. Hit in the backfield. Still on his feet. And now hit again. Pelletier's got him and he's down. A loss on the play. And now a flag comes flying in. And Pelletier is in a fisticuff.
Well, we'll see which way this goes. Although, to our listeners at home, considering we are in Prescott,
well, they had him stopped all the way back around the 12-yard line. It would have been third and goal from the 12. And let's see what the officials are going to do with it here. It looks like they're coming over to talk things over with Coach Young. That doesn't sound good for Mingus. Looks like personal foul against the Marauders. It's going to be an automatic first down. So instead of third and goal from the 12, it's going to be first and goal from the 5. Get a chance to look at it a little bit here.
No idea.
Nope. Saw it again. Didn't see anything there. It looked
verbal.
out of sorts. First and goal, Badgers. And looks like they're going to huddle up. First and goal from the 5. The Marauders with a couple of big plays had them pushed all the way back to third and goal from the 12, but the personal foul will give them an automatic first down and move the ball half the distance of the goal, which apparently is the 5-yard line. And the Badgers are back in a huddle now, and it looks like they're going to call timeout. So they ran a bunch of time off the clock and then called timeout. 10:28 left, third quarter, 10-0. The Badgers lead it and have it. First and goal from the 5. We'll be back after this.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's Prime Rib to Cowboy Caviar, and from Cactus Fries to Cowboy Burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Back at Prescott High School, a personal foul against the Marauders gives the Badgers a fresh set of downs. First and goal from the 5-yard line. 10-0, Badgers with the lead. Now waiting the signal from the official. Down lineman down, 2 backs on the right side of the quarterback, and Rock looking to throw out of the backfield. He's got a man wide open, but he's down. Short of a first down, or short of the goal line. As a matter of fact, looks like he's down at about the line of scrimmage. Pass to Sterling Johnson that time, and he didn't get much before he fell down.
Well, good coverage out there. They tried to swing it, fake it to Mangarelli.
They didn't give him an automatic first down, JB. Ooh. That was third, so now it's 4th down and 5, and the Marauders have done their job by holding them to a field goal attempt. Even if the field goal is good, they're still within 2 touchdowns. So apparently the personal foul was not an automatic first down. Here's the snap, good snap, kick is up, and the kick is no good! Wow, the defense really held that time. Let's get some points on the board. We'll be back with the Marauder offense after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back at Prescott High School, the Marauders 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, straight up the middle for a couple. That's about it. Brings up 2nd down and 8 now for the Marauders. Now, they've tried that middle a couple times. It has not been successful except for once, and they picked up a 1st down.
Well, Hanks has got 5 carries, 13 yards, his longest being 7, so it has been, well, just barely progressed the other times.
9 minutes left, 3rd quarter. Marauders down 10-0. With the football. Handoff going to left-hand side to Herndon. Herndon is going to have a gain short of a 1st down. And now they're saying a fumble, and the Badgers have it. The Marauders turn it over on a fumble at the 28-yard line. Badgers take over possession. Our fans at home, you can watch it again here on the replay. Herndon to the left-hand side, and he is, looks like he fumbled. It's hard to tell there. Hard to see where the ball was when it came out. Well, the Marauder defense has to do it again. Mangarelli in at quarterback. Sends the quarterback rock into motion. Mangarelli fakes a handoff to the right, then takes off to the left, and he's got room to run. Mangarelli down the left-hand sideline, caught and hit out of bounds inside the 5. Boy, well, Mangarelli's run that play over and over, and the Marauders haven't stopped it yet.
Boy, they did not call the hold on the corner there. The defensive end was, well, not hold, but molested. They did not call that one, Zach.
1st and goal, Badgers at the Marauder 4. We were just here a minute ago, and Mingus held him out. See if they can do it again. Mangarelli again in at quarterback. He's got the quarterback to his right-hand side. Here's a snap, and it's over his head. Mangarelli will dive on it. Pelletier dives on him, and it's a loss of 6 on the play, back to the 10. Clock running, 8.5 minutes left, 3rd quarter. 2nd down and goal now, Badgers from the 10-yard line. We've seen that a couple times tonight now from these Badgers. The errant snap, and the Marauders get a little breathing room.
Boy, that would have been awesome if Pelletier would have been able to come down with that one with a full head of steam.
Rock back in at quarterback. Behind him is Mangarelli. Man in motion from left to right. Rock takes the snap, rolls right, looks to pitch it to Mangarelli, cuts back to the middle, and he's down to about the 8-yard line. Not much room there. Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like he's going to be out around the 10. So he didn't get anything. So it brings up 3rd down and 10 now. Clock's still running. Mingus needs the ball, and they need to score. First, they need to stop these Badgers from getting in the end zone again. 3rd down and 10. Here's a snap. Rock looking left. Rock finally pressured. Rock throws, and it's intercepted. Mingus with the pick on the play. Pelletier with the INT. Gets up to run, but he's not going to be able to return it. And the Marauder defense with another fantastic stop. 1st and goal from the 5, and the Marauders stop them on the Pelletier INT. 1st down and 10, Mingus from their own 10-yard line. Time to let that Mo run you down the field and get in the end zone. Put these Badgers on their heels.
Well, Prescott knows one thing for sure. Mingus isn't going to roll over and say die. That interception was actually done because of the defensive line getting pressure in on the quarterback.
Set under center. Simmons looking to take the snap. And he'll hand off up the middle, and not much room to run again. Badgers just gang tackling the Marauders, and the Marauder offensive line is getting pushed around out here. And it's about time they start getting a little upset about it and do something.
No kidding. Well, Dakota Hanks will pick up, what, another 2 yards up the middle?
Every time we run, it's 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards. Line pushed around. 2nd down and 8 now. 7:07 left, 3rd quarter, 10-0. Prescott with the lead. Marauders have it at their own 12-yard line. Here's the snap. Simmons fakes the throw, and now he will throw to nobody. There wasn't anybody there, and it's incomplete. 7 minutes left to go. 3rd down and 12. We've seen that play twice tonight also. Now we've got a Marauder hurt. Looks like it's Gregson. And it's getting back up now, and he'll head back to the huddle. So he's going to be able to stay in the game. We saw Gregson get dinged up earlier. That time it took him a little longer to get up. Hopefully he's going to be able to hold it together.
I think he was stuck in the mud.
It might have been. 3rd down and 12 now. Under center. Simmons looks to take the snap. Here it is. Fakes a handoff. Throws over the middle to Brewer, and it's nearly intercepted. Almost taken away that time by number 43, John Jarman. And it's going to force a 4th down here for the Marauders. Again, the offense not able to do anything with the ball. 2 yards and punt it away.
Well, Prescott knew that play was coming. Mingus has tried that slant several times.
Simmons at his 5, gets the punt off, and it will be caught and returned from the Marauder 45. Down the right sideline, Basie with the great return, and this game is being played inside the Marauder 20. The whole half so far has been played inside the Marauder 20. And Basie will return. Now we have flags.
Well, I don't know if
flags for.
I don't know.
It's got to go against Mingus. They were the only ones there.
Well, interesting that I don't know if you noticed what Prescott did. Instead of having 1 person back, they put 2 back, so Simmons couldn't pick a side.
They're going to add more yardage onto this, I guarantee you. The Marauders were the only ones out on the field. Yep, it's going against Mingus.
Another unsportsmanlike. Wow, that's going to make 70 penalty yards here tonight against the Mingus Marauders.
And they move the ball down inside the 10 to start the drive. 1st and goal, Badgers. 3rd time they've had the ball. 1st and goal to start a drive here. And so far the Marauders defense has done a good job, but you can't ask them to continue to do it over and over and over again.
No.
1st and 10, Prescott at the Marauder 8 officially. 6:37 left to go, 3rd quarter of play. Mangarelli in the eye. They'll give it to him. No, it's 31. It's right with the carry, and he'll get a couple of yards. It looks like he's down around the 5. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd and goal from the 5. Well, the Marauder defense has done a nice job, and they're going to have to do it again here to try to keep these Badgers out of the end zone. Again, a field goal is not the worst thing that can happen here, Jackie. It keeps it within a 2-touchdown game. Touchdown here, and Marauders are getting pretty far behind. Here's a snap, handoff right side, Mangarelli on the loose, and they'll catch him. And he's down, short of the goal line. As a matter of fact, way out around the 4. Gain of about 1. 3rd and goal. They're going to say it to 3. 3rd down, 3 yards to go from the 3. 5:40 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Marauder defense, again, doing a nice job. Can they get it back?
Can they keep it?
Yeah, that's been the problem. Once they get it back, can they do anything with it? Marauders still halfway through the 3rd quarter have less than 100 yards of offense. Here's a snap. They give it to Mangarelli, going right. Mangarelli cuts it back to the middle, and he's down at the 2. A gain of 1. And brings up 4th down for the Badgers.
Now that ball is going to be on the right hash mark, which makes the angle pretty difficult for a field goal attempt.
Look to see what they do here. It's 4th and goal from the 2. And I'm waiting to see if they send 52 out there. And is that 52 or 32?
That's 32 coming 32. Back out.
So it looks like they're going to go for it.
All right.
Big play for the Marauder D once again. Clock running, 4:44 left to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Marauder defense has played great, but here's the biggest play of the game so far for the D, and now we've got a flag.
Could be delay a game.
It may be delay, yeah, that's what it is. Delay is going to back them up, and that may change their decision here. Instead of 4th and goal from the 2, it's going to be 4th and goal from the 7. And let's see if they try to add 3 up there. They were unsuccessful. Short, it looked like, and wide right on their last field goal attempt, which wasn't from, and here comes the kicker.
Yeah.
So they'll bring the kicker, Zach Keller, back out on the field. And where are they at? The 7, so he's looking at about a 24-yard field goal from here. Right hash mark. Marauders looking to get a little pressure on the kicker. Awaiting the snap, good hold, and it's blocked! The Marauders block it! Brendan Kitchen comes in for the block! Another big momentum play for the Marauders! Can they get the offense rolling? 4:33 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus' defense has stopped them first and goal 3 times already in the half and trail 10-0. The Marauder offense coming out on the field. It's time to move the rock.
One touchdown can make all the difference in this game right now because Prescott's got to figure out how can we own 95 yards of this field and just 95 yards of it. The Mingus Marauder defense has been absolutely stellar.
And that's the other thing. If we can score, Prescott might start thinking, uh-oh.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to move the ball, and these guys are rolling now. Deep in their own territory, the Marauders have it. 1st and 10 at about their 7. And here's a run to the right side and a fumble.
So says the announcer.
And there's a flag. We know that'll go on Mingus. And let's see what they say about the fumble. I never saw the fumble.
I didn't either. The announcer to the stadium.
2nd down. So the Marauders have recovered.
But let's
see what the flag's about.
That was they're waving it off?
Oh, why'd he throw it?
They
threw it straight up in the air.
Yeah, that was a passionate throw, too.
Yeah.
That wasn't just a drop.
Like he really saw, and it was the referee. A loss on the play of 3 yards. Back to about the 5-yard line. 2nd down and 13, and handoff to the left side, and nothing doing. Gosh. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Mingus, whose offense has been as bad as we've seen all year, has it now 3rd down and 12 from about their 6-yard line, trailing 10-0 here on the road.
Haven't had a first down in the second half. Mingus was able to earn 2 and got 1 by penalty in the first half.
And they break the huddle. 3:35 left to go, third quarter. Marauders face 3rd down and 12 from their own 5-yard line. Awaiting the snap, Simmons under center, pump fake. Simmons looking to throw down the field, and he had his man, Brewer, but he threw it to the outside. Brewer cut in. By the time he went back out, it was over his head and incomplete. And now the Marauders will have to try to punt. Simmons will be standing in his end zone when he punts the ball away.
Now, what's interesting is that one actually worked. That was the first time that Simmons had enough time to throw the ball downfield. And I don't know if the coaching staff, maybe they'll look at that and start to think, okay, we got to figure out, we got to start throwing the ball 15, 20 yards downfield.
3:22 left on the clock here in the third quarter. Marauders down 10-0 on the road at Prescott, and they'll look to punt the ball away. Simmons standing a yard deep in the end zone, and now we've got flags and a stoppage of play, and it looks like we're going to have an offsides on the defense. Hey, 2 more of those, we could get a first down.
That'd be a cheap one, but at this point, I'll take it.
3rd down and 7.
Wow, Prescott, all of Prescott's 5 penalties have been of the 5-yard variety.
Or 4th down and 7, rather. I wish it was still only 3rd. But it does get Simmons out of the end zone. Awaiting the snap, and there it is, and Simmons will get the punt off, and this one will chase the return man back and then go out of bounds to where there will be no return. Out of bounds at the Marauder 48-yard line. So, again, the Badgers, they don't even know what it's like to be on their own side of the field. They've had it on the Marauder side of the field this whole half, and the Mingus defense has given them nothing to show for it.
Now, interesting, Mingus' defense has been very stellar when they've been deep in their own red zone. However, it's been the middle of the field that they've given up a lot of yards in the big plays.
Looking for a big play from the defense again here. How about a pick 6? That would be sweet. And it almost makes you think they have to. Because the offense hasn't done anything. They haven't even given us any signs that they could score. Here's a snap coming to the left-hand side. Mangarelli bounces off the initial tackler and then dives forward where he's swarmed over by, looks like, Pelletier, Rios, and Longfellow. And he's going to have a couple of yards, not many, about 2 at the most, and brings up 2nd down and 8.
Now, interesting, Mangarelli here in the third quarter almost has as many carries as he did in the first half. So it's almost like Prescott tries to wear you down, and then Mangarelli takes over in overdrive here in the second half.
Well, his ankle may be loosening up a little bit, too. Remember, he had the ankle injury. He may have just been getting it loosened up in the first half, and now he's going to be a horse here in the second half. Hand off to the fullback, and he's drilled at the line of scrimmage. Jordan Wellborn just smashed Sterling Johnson at the line of scrimmage, point of contact down. No run after the contact that time. Lost a yard on the play. It's 3rd down and 9. 2:22 left to go in the third quarter. Another big play for the Marauder defense. They've been able to stifle this Badger offense here in the second half. Just a matter of can Mingus get anything from their offense.
That was a great job by Wellborn. Let's see if Mingus can build off of it.
Mangarelli in the, no, he's not going to be in the eye. Split backs here behind the quarterback, and now man in motion. Here's the handoff, and we were going to have illegal motion. Here's the pass down the field, looking for Schrader. He makes the catch, and he's down at about the 5, but it's coming back. We've got illegal motion on the Badgers, and this one's coming back to illegal shift. They had 2 people moving at the same time. That's an illegal shift, and that's coming back, and it will be 3rd down and 14 now. Clock stops on the penalty flag. That's good news for the Marauders as well. Well, Schrader finally caught one of those long ones, JB. Unfortunately for Mingus, there's some yellow on the field that made him come back.
Well, yeah, Schrader, the pressure was off. The play didn't count.
Right, didn't count that time. He made the play.
Right. Man, you know, you got to go back to the sideline and just jump up and down. You got to be kidding me.
Right.
Let's
do it again.
Yeah, first one I catch tonight.
3rd and 14, big play for the Marauder D. Quarterback, Rock in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking left, looking right, looking middle, throwing it up for grabs down the middle, and Mingus just let it fall. Brings up 4th down and 14. Mingus had 3 guys back that time defending Schrader. He wasn't getting to that one without being molested back there by the Marauder defense. And now on 4th and 14, the Badgers will have to punt it away. A good return here could really get the Marauders' momentum going and see if they can get something going on the offense. It's time to go onto the second page of the book, or maybe even towards the bottom of the first page, because the ones on the top of the page haven't worked so far. Here's a bad snap, but it's handled by the punter, and an angled punt out of bounds, and Mingus should have good field position on this one, up around the 35 or so, and let's see where he stops at about the 33. So 1st down and 10, or I'm sorry, where's he at? JB's at about the 38, it looks like. 1st down and 10, Mingus at their own 38-yard line, possibly the best starting field position of the game for the Marauders, and they need to take advantage of it. Still 1:25 left in the third quarter. Mingus needs to score.
Well, it works out to be a 14-yard punt as the ball went out of bounds right at the 1st down marker.
All right, they didn't have to move. 1st down and 10. Mingus sweeps to the right side to Herndon. Herndon hit after a couple of yards and pushes the pile forward out to about the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 7 and brings up 2nd down and short for Mingus. Best run of the night for the Marauders is 7 yards.
No doubt, no doubt. And looks like Herndon trying to redeem himself from an earlier fumble in this half.
2nd down and 3 now for the Marauders from their own 45-yard line. Herndon in the backfield along with Hanks. Simmons under center, gives it to Hanks. He's got a 1st down on the left side as he's now we got a flag coming in late. After the Marauders pick up a 1st down. Now this one might be going against Prescott. Let's see.
They're facing that way.
Yep, and we've got a personal foul against the Badgers. Well, whatever can get the Marauders' momentum going, we'll take it. Mingus is going to have the ball in the best field position of the game now. 1st down and 10 from the Badger 35. Still 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Touchdown here would be sweet. Marauders down 10-0.
And I like this. They get to warm up with a short 20-yard sprint to the line.
To the line, yeah. Your juice is flowing.
Yep.
2 backs in the backfield, split. Here's the handoff coming to the right side to Herndon, hit in the backfield and down for a loss on the play. Herndon will lose a yard, bringing up 2nd down and 11 now. And the Marauders may get off one more play here in this third quarter if they hurry. Clock ticking away to 22 seconds. And the Marauders go into a huddle. Not sure they'll get a playoff. Simmons talking things over, and Brewer now running out on the field, and the clock's down to 10 seconds. I can't imagine the Marauders are going to get a playoff here, and we'll head into the fourth quarter with the Badgers leading 10-0. Marauders have it, second down and 11, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter coming up right after this.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders, committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you will be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back at Prescott High School, the 4:48 is on for the Marauders. They're down 10, second down and 11. From the Badger 36-yard line, Simmons to throw over the middle, and he's intercepted. And coming down the right sideline, Simmons will get there initially to try to slow him down. It's still on his feet. Down the sideline he goes. Can anybody stop him? It doesn't look like it. Down the right sideline, it's still on his feet to the end zone. Touchdown. Flags come flying in, and this one may be coming back. What a great return that time by number 24, Garrett Story, down the side. Wait, no, I'm sorry, that's 32. Wrong side. What was it? It's 24 that made the catch. Easton Younger down the right sideline and all the way to the end zone, running over a Marauder inside the 5, and he took it all the way to the house for a big touchdown. This is a game changer if it counts.
Second interception thrown by Simmons here this evening. That should be a block in the back.
Touchdown.
What? What?
Yep, number 24, Easton Younger makes the interception and returns it about 85 yards for a touchdown, running over Marauders on his way to the goal line inside the 5. Mingus in big-time trouble now. Down 16-0 and an extra point attempt coming for the Badgers with 11:43 left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Keller in to attempt the extra point. If the Marauders can hold them here, it would still be a two-possession game. See what they can do. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Mingus down 17 with 11:43 left to go. Marauders kick return team coming out. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back at Prescott High School, Marauders in trouble. Down 17-0 with 11:43 left to go. There was a personal foul on the Badgers during the return of that interception for a touchdown, and that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, so the Badgers will kick off from their own 25-yard line. The Marauders should get good field position. Man, unless you can get the ball in the end zone at this point, it doesn't matter if you get it there 5. Here's the kick. It is high and short. Taken by Kitchen at the 35-yard line. Kitchen right up the middle. A good return across midfield to about the 49-yard line of the Badgers. So Mingus has good field position. There's still 11 minutes and 37 seconds left to go. Plenty of time, but you haven't scored yet. And you need to in order to win this game. You're going to have to do it 3 times at this point.
Well, Mingus has gone through 3 quarters of offense here and has been able to muster 98 yards. However, they have 70 yards of penalty yards against them.
Yeah, they've got as many penalty yards as they have offensive yards. First down and 10, Marauders from midfield, just across midfield as they start the drive, and the Badgers apparently going to call timeout. With that, we'll take a break. 10-0. Prescott leads with the 11:37 left to go. We'll be back to Prescott High School for more of the fourth quarter coming up after this.
It's nice to see so many familiar faces.
Enjoying great Sears prices.
Sears Hometown Stores, where you'll find that great Sears quality and new Sears availability at the lowest prices guaranteed. We're like your father's Sears store, but a whole lot more. If it's not on our shelf, it's right here online, and we'll have it delivered to your front door. Plus, we have the largest selection of home appliances in the industry, including the top 10 national brands. Sears Hometown Stores, we're in your neighborhood.
Back at Prescott High School, first down and 10, Marauders from midfield. Simmons takes a snap, screen to the left-hand side to Herndon. Herndon stiff arms the first defender, breaks a tackle the second guy, but not for long. And he'll have a gain of about 5 to the 45-yard line of the Badgers. Some scores for you in the middle of the 8th inning. Washington holding on now 6-5 over the St. Louis Cardinals. The Bradshaw Mountain Bears trailing Barry Goldwater 20-5, and Flagstaff has opened up a 16-0 lead over Glendale. Second down and 5 here for the Marauders as they head back to the line of scrimmage. Simmons under center once again. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Handoff coming to the near side to Herndon, who is just annihilated in the backfield.
That was Cunningham. Pardon me. No, that was Gunnar Wilson.
Yep.
Getting in there. Just unblocked.
Yeah, unblocked. These guys are just flying through the Marauder line and making plays in the backfield almost every play, it seems. It's a loss of 5, actually 6, back to midfield, and it brings up third down and a little longer than 10 here for Mingus. And 4-down territory, down 3 scores with 10.5 minutes left to go. You don't get it here, you got another shot at it. Man in motion, see what the Marauders do. Simmons fakes a pass, now he will pass the right-hand side, has it to Brewer. Brewer is hit at the line of scrimmage and down for a gain of 1.
And then hit late.
Yeah, flag comes in for a late hit, and that'll get the Marauders a first down.
And that was dangerous. Brewer came down on the crown of his head and then got hit late. That was nasty, man.
He'll stop the clock, 10-11 left to go. Marauders need to score 3 times. It'd be preferable if all 3 of them were touchdowns.
That is Brewer's first reception of the game.
Goes for a yard.
That tells you that something is weird.
Then you had 15 onto it, and the Marauders have it first and 10 from the Badger 33. Now it's closer to 34. We'll call it the 34. One man in the backfield appears to be Hanks. Here's a snap. Simmons looking to throw again to the right side and way over the head of the intended receiver, who looks like it may be, looks like it's 86, Shane Trimble. That was the intended receiver that time. Second and 10. Well, that's the other thing is down by 3 scores. The Marauders are in the throwing offense now. Running the ball for 2 yards doesn't help you much. Got to throw it down the field. Incompletion, stop the clock. You run the ball for 2 yards, it runs the clock and doesn't help you. So Mingus is in a total passing mode at this point. They should be at least. Simmons from the gun. Waiting the snap, rolling to his left, under pressure now. Simmons will throw, has a man, flag on the play, catch is made by Rios. He's got a first, no he doesn't, he's got about 3 or 4 yards to the 30-yard line, but a flag came from the far sideline, and we'll have to see what we've got here. We've got holding on Mingus. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? And that'll back him up 10 yards. Or are they moving it to?
Holy cow.
They just moved the ball about 15 yards.
Well, was the hold 4 yards or 5 yards deep into the backfield? That's the only thing I can think.
Second down and 22 for the Marauders. As they head back to the line of scrimmage. Simmons in the shotgun. Man in motion is Herndon. They'll fake it to Herndon. Simmons keeps it up the middle. Simmons with a good gain. Out across the, where's he at? The 40 down about the 38-yard line. Where it will now be third down. And about 15 for Mingus. Gain of 7 on the play.
A little more manageable.
Knowing that it's four down territory, you don't have to look for a first down here. If you can get something that's a good positive gain and bring up 4th and short is better than trying to force something and having it 4th and 15. Here's a third down play. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back to throw. Jailbreak over the middle. He's got a man. It's Hanks out of the backfield to the right side. Hanks will be close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be short. And it will be 4th down for Mingus. And about 4, it looks like.
10 yards on the reception, and that's Hanks'
4th and 4.
First reception of the game.
4th and about 3. A long 2, short 3 here. Brewer comes out of the game. Trimble runs the play in. And here's the game for the Marauders at this point. 4th down and 3 officially on the board. 8:49 left to go in the game. Mingus down 17-0. Simmons sent under center. Takes a snap. Hand off to the right side to Herndon. Herndon will power into the line and move it forward, and it's going to depend on the spot. He's inside the 25-yard line, and he'll have to see if he made it. It's going to be close.
Oh, that was
not a very nice spot for the Marauders. And the guy with the yard or the down marker's ready to change it. And he's right. It's going to be first down either way. He's got 4th down on it now. So he's right. That thing's changing to 1 here. It's just a matter of who's got the ball. Yeah, I'm not sure the Marauders got a great spot on that one. And they'll bring out the sticks. And it is
way short.
Short by about a football and a half.
Yeah.
That's pretty much going to wrap this one up, I think, JB. I mean, crazier things have happened, but the Marauders haven't done anything with their offense. They're down 17-0 with 8:42 left to go. Next week, a long trip to a colder place against Snowflake, which is going to be a pivotal game for the Marauders to try to stay in the top 8 in the power points so they can have a home playoff game.
Right, exactly.
Badgers have it back. 1st and 10. They'll hand off to the left-hand side. It looks like it's Mangarelli. It is Mangarelli, and he'll have about 6 yards on the carry out near the 30-yard line, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 4 here for the Badgers.
Longfellow in on the tackle for the Mingus Marauders. In fact, he leads the Marauders in tackles this year.
Yes, he does.
I know that
43,
surprises
Josh
everybody.
Longfellow. Yeah, right. Not anybody's been paying attention. 2nd down and 4 now. Badgers head back up to the line. Quarterback set under center. He's got 2 backs behind him. He'll hand off to the second man. It's Mangarelli. Mangarelli through the line, and he's going to have a good carry and near a first down as he pushes it out to about the 35-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Badgers. They're just looking to grind it away at this point, JB. Run the ball, run the clock, win the game. That's the old Marauder philosophy. It's being turned on him here tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good.
No.
Well, Mangarelli is the real deal, man. I mean, this kid is absolutely explosive and awesome. He's got over 200 rushing yards against Mingus, who has been stubborn at least.
This game was won on the line. 1st down and 10. Here's a snap. Going all to the left-hand side. Good hit by the Marauders in the backfield. And they may have got him down for a loss on the play. Looks like he's going to lose about a yard. Good penetration that time. I think it was Basie that got the carry again. The Marauders got through there and brought him down for a loss.
Well, Mingus has definitely had their moments. And so far in this game, if you're just tuning in, Mingus down 17-0. Man, Prescott could have easily scored 40 on Mingus.
Up by a ton.
However, the defense just has played stellar with their back against the wall.
All night. Here's the snap and a hand out to Mangarelli coming to the right side. Mangarelli hitting the backfield, spun around and down. Another big loss on the play. That one's going to be about 6 yards or so. all the way back inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, bringing up third down and about 16 or so.
I think Prescott would be content to run the ball again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. They just want to keep that clock running as long as possible. Third down and 16, 6:33 left to go in the ball game. And at this point, I think Mingus would just be happy to break up the shutout.
I think it would be rather important. We go into the Wayback Machine since Mingus was last shut out.
Here's the snap and the handoff to the left-hand side, and Mingus will catch up with Chris Wright before he's able to gain enough for a first down. He's not even back to the original line of scrimmage, so it's fourth down and about 11 now for the Badgers, and they'll look to punt this ball back over to the Marauders. 6 minutes left to go, 17-0, Prescott with the lead.
Zach, I got to say that Mingus' defense so far in this game, and I know we're in the fourth quarter, probably has 14 stops on this Prescott Badger offense.
Yeah, defense has done a nice job. Here's the punt. It's high, and it's returnable from the 35-yard line. Garcia falls down at the 37.
And no late hit called.
Right, then he gets smashed and no penalty flag. All right, well, first down and 10, Mingus from their own 37-yard line. This is where you throw down your playbook and you start scratching them out on the dirt and say, let's try something that we could score on. These plays on this paper don't work.
Well, you start to looking at, okay. Oh, remember the swinging gate?
See what the Marauders can do here. Playing for pride. Playing to not be shut out.
Last time we were shut out, I want to go back all the way to like 2009 against Apache Junction.
Simmons set under center, one back behind him. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back under pressure immediately and dropped. 4 players there. 2 of them make the tackle. The Marauders line is like a screen trying to hold water.
Ooh.
Big loss on the play, about 7 yards, back to the 30-yard line.
Believe it or not, that was the first sack against Simmons out here tonight.
Simmons trying to get his helmet back situated. Checking to make sure everything snapped right.
And the eyeballs go in the front, right?
The Badgers have killed the Marauders on the line tonight. Second down and 17. Simmons with a little time this time, and he'll pass off to the screen to the right side to Herndon. And he's tackled in the backfield for a loss of 5 more. Brings up third down and 22. Well, fans, last update we had was the middle of the 8th inning, and Washington was holding on over St. Louis 6-5. The winner of that one will take on the San Francisco Giants in the National League Championship Series. The Yankees win today over Baltimore 3-1, and they will host the Detroit Tigers tomorrow in the American League Championship Series. Of course, we've got a bunch of youth football tomorrow also, JB. Here's a snap. Simmons over the middle, and it's tipped and incomplete as the ball falls behind the intended receiver. And speaking of Simmons, we'll see him tomorrow, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, he comes out and refs.
Simmons comes out to referee the Northern Arizona youth football, high desert youth football games, along with Zach Simmons. They get out there after they play on Friday night, and they contribute to the community by refereeing the young guys playing tomorrow. The Bears play tomorrow at 10 o'clock, JB, at home against Chino Valley White, and I believe the Cardinals play at 4 o'clock. You guys got the late matinee.
We do. We got prime time.
The Colts play at 2 o'clock. Yeah. It's a full day of Marauder football tomorrow, or Marauder football, of Cottonwood football tomorrow at home. And you got the Bears at 10, the Colts at 2, and the Cardinals at 4 o'clock. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow, fans, come on out to CMS and root on the Cottonwood youth football programs, and hopefully all 3 of them come up with a big victory tomorrow. Fourth down and 17 for the Marauders from their own 30-yard line. Simmons in the shotgun, takes the snap, and he's going to punt it. And he'll get off a good punt that will take a Marauder bounce down to about the 32-yard line. 4:07 left to go. Badgers have the ball back at their own 32-yard line. First down and 10, 17-0. The Badgers with the lead.
Well, I got corrected by big Nick Yatsenko in the truck.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, 2006 was the last time the Mingus Marauders were
remembers.
shut out. Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, well, because Nick wasn't one of the type of guys that I think like to practice for 5 hours running the next day.
Right.
Who is?
Right.
He's no different than the rest of us. But I believe that's what he said they did the next day is they got out there and ran for 5 hours for getting shut out.
Yeah?
I bet Nick will be there tomorrow morning to make sure these guys get the same thing. Here's the snap, and they look to hand off to Mangarelli going left, but flags come flying. And we've got a false start, illegal motion on the Badgers.
Holy cow. Well, the Badgers have 10 penalties in this game for 70 yards. The Mingus Marauders have 9 for 82 yards. Over 150 penalty yards in this game.
Somebody better let these guys know what's in store for them tomorrow if they get shut out.
Right.
I mean, it would give me a little incentive.
No kidding.
I think I'd make them go somewhere cold, too. Let's go up to Jerome and run. So you guys get ready for next weekend. Here's the snap. And the handoff going to the left side to Mangarelli. And he's got a couple of yards. Now, Jackie, here's the situation. You got 4 minutes left to go in the ball game. You've got your star running back who is laid flat out on the field right now, running the ball.
And he's hurt.
Oh, Mangarelli's on the side.
Okay.
That's another number there.
Oh, this is 35. Okay.
35. Okay. Well, that's better news. Because I was going to say, Alex Knickerbocker. You got to love that kid, the Knicks. And this is a situation where, I mean, the kid left the game last week with a hurt ankle. I couldn't imagine why you would have him in the game now, under 4 minutes left to go and up by 17. You're just waiting for something bad to happen. And unfortunately for the Badgers, something bad did happen to Knickerbocker this time instead of Mangarelli.
And he's favoring that left leg. He's not putting any weight down on it at all.
No. Alex Knickerbocker, number 35, a running back, a junior, 5'7", 180 pounds, is being helped off the field by Mangarelli. He does everything.
Right.
He throws the ball. He runs the ball. He helps injured players off the field.
In fact, he's going to do the splint and go get the ice.
Wow.
You know what? Earlier this game,
I think he just came back into the game. He did.
No, earlier this game, I thought I saw him in the stands selling raffle tickets too.
He's back in the backfield right now, getting ready to run the ball again. I'm not in favor of that. If I'm a coach, I got to keep my star on the sideline up 17 with 3.5 minutes left. Instead, they hand him the ball, and he goes to the left-hand side, and he's hit hard, and wow, he took a shot that time. And that's why I don't have my star running back in the game with 3 minutes left, up 17.
Seneca got a helmet and them showed pads on him.
I think there's one of those kids over there that probably hasn't seen a whisker yet that I'd give the ball to at this situation instead of my star running back, JB.
Right. Well, at the same time, Prescott is playing for that shutout. I'm not sure how far in the Wayback Machine you'd have to go to find a shutout of Prescott over Mingus. So
I don't want to go in that machine.
No, no, that one's
be up there on the hill in Jerome, the
right.
ghosts and stuff. Speaking of ghosts, Halloween's coming up soon. Can't wait. Here's a snap and a run up the middle for just about nothing. And it'll bring up 4th down and 11 here, maybe 12 for the Badgers, and they'll punt it away. 3:08 and counting as the Badgers punt it away, and the Marauders will have a chance once again to break up the shutout.
Well, Garcia will go back. Last time he got something he could return and then slipped in the mud.
Yep, fell down. Schrader in to kick it away here. Waiting the snap. And still waiting the snap. What do they do? Take a delay of game penalty? Clock running down, 2:40, 2:39 and counting. And they'll call timeout at 2:37.
Wow.
2:37 left to go. Badgers call timeout. They just let as much time run off as they could and found out where the play clock was. Call timeout. 17-0. Prescott with the lead. They'll punt it away to Mingus when we come back after this.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
And here's the Badger punt. I don't see any flags. It looked like the Marauders jumped, and Garcia will just get away from the ball, and it rolls inside the 40 and down about the 37-yard line. First down and 10, Mingus. 2:25 left to go. And the Marauders being shut out 17-0.
Well, this is the drive.
This is the drive.
This is it.
Hey, so how are you Broncos fans enjoying Peyton Manning?
You know what? I think Peyton Manning is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not sure that he has settled himself in Denver yet.
No. First down and 10. Marauders with the ball. Here's the snap, and they hand off up the middle. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Badgers make the tackle simultaneously, 2 yards in the backfield.
Not only that, but they continue to push Hanks back about 8 yards as the whistles continued for, what, 8 seconds?
All right. 2 minutes left to go. The Marauders now 63 yards away from the end zone. Tell you what, if they get it about 53 yards, I'd kick a field goal. Break up the shutout, plus it's fun. Second down and 10. Simmons to throw over the middle, and no, it's off to the right. It looked like he was going over the middle. But he went right side, intended for Hanks, and it's incomplete.
Well, Mingus trying to cut block there at the line to give Simmons just a little bit of time. Simmons, so far tonight, is 9 for 25, 51 yards. No touchdowns, obviously, and 2 interceptions.
Not much time to throw the ball either.
No, he hasn't.
Here's a look at head coach Bob Young for our fans watching at home. Not a very happy man at this point. Third down and 10. Here's the snap. And a pass out of the backfield. They get it to Hanks. He'll break one tackle and then be stood up and drilled. 3 players gang tackle him again. Gain of 2. And it brings up 4th down and 7 here for Mingus. Still a minute 20 left to go. It's 4th down. Marauders in jeopardy of maybe giving the ball back to the Badgers, which I would expect them to take a knee, you would figure at least. Remember, this Prescott team is a Division II team. The Marauders are a Division IV team. That makes a little bit of a difference.
Yeah. I mean, that's a 500 attendance difference.
Oh, a snap over the head of Simmons. They'll pick it up and look to throw down the field, and it's intercepted by Schrader. Schrader will be tackled at about the 43-yard line, and the Badgers will take over there. First down and 10 from the Marauder 43 with 49 seconds left, and I would imagine they'll come out in the victory formation.
Well, Simmons matches his season total of 3 interceptions here tonight.
Wow.
That I appreciate the fact that at this point, it really doesn't make much of a difference if you can't make a play. Got up and desperately tried to make a play, but missed his man. Simmons has been a little bit off here tonight. Had some opportunities. If he was crisp, I think we may have been able to sustain a few more drives.
And the Badgers will take a knee. And that's going to be the end of our ball game here tonight. They'll have to take a knee one more time. 17-0 is the final score. The Marauders shut out for the first time in 6 years, and the Badgers improve to 6-2 on the season. The Marauders will fall to 6-2 and most likely start to fall down in the power rankings in Division IV. However, if they are able to win their last 2, they should still be able to have a home game in the first round of the playoffs. And then after the first round, it all goes to neutral sites, so that doesn't make much of a difference. And at this point, we were talking about on the way here, Mingus wanted to find themselves 2, 3, or 6 in the playoffs. Right now, I think they're looking at 6 would be good.
Right. Well, yeah, we'll certainly see. Depends on how far you fall down. At the same time, losing to a team who is 6-2 is not nearly as bad as losing to a team that might be 2-5 or maybe even beating a team that's 0-7.
Right. All right, fans, final score, 17-0. The Prescott Badgers shut out the Mingus Marauders after the Marauders won 54-0 last week. Man, points were hard to come by tonight. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the post-game show live from Prescott High School after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club Card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club Card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Your local Taco Bell invites you to Live Moss. Try the Doritos Locos Tacos today, made with a shell of real nacho cheese Dorito chips. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell, located on the corner of Highway 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Service, convenience, price. Taylor Waste is locally owned and voted #1 in residential garbage collection for the past 8 years in a row. And right now, new customers will enjoy 2 months free service with your switch to Taylor Waste. Add an extra container and take part in Taylor Waste's popular clean recycling program as well.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Each year, the faces change, yet the will to test one's passion remains the same. A courage that fosters a sense of pride in each of us. Keeping that pride strong and healthy is our job.
That hurts a lot, huh?
World-class therapists, nurses, and orthopedic surgeons focused on keeping our athletes in the game. From prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and the latest in non-invasive surgical techniques, you can feel confident that we're on the sideline, ready when you need us.
Back at Prescott High School, and a tough game tonight for the Mingus Marauders. They were unable to get on the board and lose by a final of 17-0. The Marauders now fall to 6-2 on the season, and next week at Snowflake becomes a huge game for the Marauders and their playoff chances of being at home in the first round.
Well, no doubt about it. One thing that I can kind of think of is Snowflake may have been wishing that Mingus wins this game, because you come off a loss like this, and I don't want to be Mingus's next opponent.
No, you would think not, and we hope not.
No, certainly so. Well, Mingus Marauders had nothing go their way here tonight. I mean, quite literally. First quarter action, and Prescott scores first. 3:18 left to go, and a direct snap to Mangarelli turns into a 31-yard touchdown. Good blocking, good cutback, and Pelletier does a great job pursuing, but cannot get him before the end zone. And the Prescott Badgers led 6-0, 7-0 with the extra point, and then 2:26 left to go in the second quarter. A 21-yard field goal from their defensive tackle, and that made it 10-0 at halftime. Still extremely attainable for the Mingus Marauders to come back in this one. No scoring at all in the third quarter. Mingus squandered a few opportunities. So did the Prescott Badgers, come to think of it. 11:43 left to go, just barely into the fourth quarter, and an 86-yard interception return for a touchdown by Younger, and the interception made there just an errant throw. He cut him off up underneath and then comes down the field. And if you're watching the replay with us on Channel 2.
Just setting up his blocks all the way down the field.
Absolutely, does a great job. There's a block in the back.
And right here, watch this slam. Throw you out of the way and get in the end zone.
Yeah, Mingus, didn't cover that one very well. But nonetheless, the extra point was good. It was 17-0. Now, one interesting thing is the Prescott offense did not score in the second half. The Mingus defense gave up 10 points here tonight and probably had 15, maybe 17 stops against the Prescott Badgers. Which
defense did play a pretty good game.
Defense played an awesome
game. They played a great game, considering the Prescott had the ball first and goal 3 times in the third quarter and weren't able to get it in.
Exactly. I mean, and we're talking, not first and goal from the 23 after penalties. First and goal from the 5, the 3.
Twice. Yeah.
And Mingus's defense became extremely stingy, played with an awful awful lot of pride, and I'm extremely proud of our defensive squad out here tonight. Offensively, couldn't get anything going, even if everything in the snack bar was free. Nothing, man.
Nothing.
No.
And it wasn't.
No.
No, they were charging over there.
That was the problem. Yeah,
Well,
offensively, Mingus sputtered. I count probably 6 first downs during the course of the game, which for a Mingus Marauder offensive performance is dismal.
And individually, we're not going to see great stats for the Marauders as well. The Mangarelli kid from Prescott, I think, got up to 200 yards or somewhere in that range tonight, rushing the ball tonight, JB.
Yeah, he did, and he looked absolutely phenomenal. Everything that he was advertised to be, Mingus kept him under his average of 213 yards a game. Barely, but just the same. Also kept him out of the end zone. He's got 21 rushing touchdowns during the course of this year. He only had 1 here tonight, way below average.
All right, fans, let's take a quick break. We'll be back with individual stats coming up after this.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Marauders fans, take note. Renegade Steakhouse is the place to enjoy good food, good friends, and good times. From Wrangler's prime rib to cowboy caviar, and from cactus fries to cowboy burgers, it's all here waiting for you. I'm Ty Stite, inviting you to visit us at Renegade Steakhouse, where we do things with a style all our own.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day.
Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Would you rather recycle like this or like this? Clean Recycling processes over 95% of the materials collected as opposed to under 20% with other processes. Just add a recycling container and your recycling materials end up recycled instead of in the landfill. Just one of the many reasons Taylor Waste has been voted #1 for the past 9 years in a row.
Hi, I'm Chris Taylor, owner of Taylor Waste. We're proud to serve our friends and neighbors with service tailored to your needs.
Back at Prescott High School, final 17-0. The Badgers shut out the Marauders tonight in a game that was actually a lot closer than it should have been. The Marauder defense stood up great in the second half. They had their back against the wall a couple of times, first and goal a couple of times. They didn't let the Badgers score. Mingus Marauder defense has been the one shining focal point of tonight's ball game. The defense really did a nice job, JB. They only gave up the 10 points in the first half. The other 7 points came on an interception return for a touchdown. Had their back. I mean, this game wasn't even played between the 20s. It was played between the Marauder 40 and the goal line most of the night.
Yeah, well, you made mention that Mingus had their back up against the wall a couple of times during the game, and I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not accurate. It was a couple of times per quarter, actually. And Mingus, I mean, when you think about it defensively in a high school game, if your defense gets on the field and gets you 16 stops during the course of the game,
all right, should win.
Yeah, you should win. Well, actually, you wonder whether or not it's a practice then, because why doesn't your offense have more time on the field? Time of possession in this game, so lopsided that I don't even want to get into it. But so was the yardage. How Mingus kept them out of the end zone, as many times as they did, I'm not sure.
Let's really just dug in.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it was pure desire that they were playing with because they were overmatched, especially on the line here tonight.
Oh, it's not even close.
Let's take a look at the Prescott Badgers offensively for the evening. Nick Rock, the quarterback, ends up 11 for 22, 52 yards. He threw 2 picks here tonight, so the defense got 2 takeaways against the Prescott Badgers. On the ground, Mangarelli had 23 carries, 200 yards, less than his average, and 1 rushing touchdown. Also threw a pass that kept a drive alive for 21 yards to a tight end down the field. So 314 yards of total offense here tonight for the Prescott Badgers. Now, in the first half, they had over 200 yards. Second half, Mingus actually did a better job and still held them. Well, the defense shut them out in the second half, quite honestly.
They did.
We're going to flash very quickly, so you may want to record this if you need to, the offensive stats for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. Oh, Simmons had a rough night. He goes 10 for 26, 53 yards.
Under the most pressure he's been under all year.
He was harassed. Absolutely harassed. 3 interceptions thrown here tonight. Herndon couldn't get anything going. 13 carries, 30 yards. The speed of this Prescott Badger defense was just absolutely unearthing. Mingus finally goes over the century mark for yardage and has 107 yards of total yardage here for the night. Now, we won't even talk about the 82 yards of penalty yards, but together, 19 penalties called here tonight as the Zebra crew decides to try to keep us in the cold stands as long as they possibly can.
Right, hate those guys.
I know, that's just wrong. But 70 yards of penalties against the Prescott Badgers here tonight, 82 against the Marauders. So, the penalty war was won by the Prescott Badgers. They won the turnover war 3-2. Actually 4-2. Herndon had a fumble in the game here tonight. So Mingus coughed it up 4 different times. And the special teams wasn't the big determining factor that we thought it was going to be.
It was 3 points.
It was 3 points, and there was lots of punting practice here tonight.
Yeah. Hey, and I did have a chance before the game to talk with former Rough Rider basketball coach Eric Fundalevich, who is now the athletic department here at Prescott. And guess which schools are looking at Brandon Mangarelli?
Who?
None.
Are you serious?
None.
Wow.
Hasn't been contacted by anybody.
And after the 5th game of the season, he was like number 7 in the nation for rushing.
200 again tonight.
Yeah, after tonight's performance, he's got 1,700 rushing yards in 8 games. Should be an absolute shoe-in for getting 2,000 rushing yards in the game.
and a chance to go to college, a little discounted price, you would think. Hey, NAU, what are you thinking?
Right.
This kid can play. He's right here in your backyard.
No kidding.
Nobody's contacted Mangarelli yet? That's absurd.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I might call him tomorrow.
Yeah?
Sure.
What do you
Somebody needs to contact the poor kid.
I got nothing to offer you, but it was nice you played a good game last night.
Yeah. We get you somewhere and see you get a little kickback on it. What do you get, 10% for being an agent?
Right.
There you
Sometimes 15, depending on how you negotiate.
Not well, so I'll take 10.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break right here. We'll come back with our player of the game and a little look at next week when we head up the hill to Snowflake, where it's going to be colder than it was here tonight. We'll be back to Prescott High School. Final score 17-0. The Badgers over the Marauders. Mingus now 6-2. The Badgers improve to 6-2. We'll be back right after this.
Keep your vehicle on the road and running right for less with Reese's Tire in Cottonwood. The Reese's Tire Car Care Club card never expires, and you'll save almost $475 off car care services. For only $89.95, you'll get 4 free oil changes, plus discounts on brakes, AC service, batteries, and of course, savings on tires too.
Come into Reese's Tire and Auto and ask us about our Car Care Club card.
At 2435 East State Route 89A in Cottonwood.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Welcome to the Cottonwood Recreation Center. We would like to invite you to come on in.
Come on in.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Verde Valley Connections is your source for primary medical care.
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
We're taking new patients every day. Just give us a call and we'll set you up with an appointment, or stop in and we'll try to work you in.
We'll take the time to get to know you.
And if you need a prescription, our pharmacy is right here in the lobby.
Whether you're new in town or just don't have a primary care connection,
Verde Valley Connections is here for you.
Call 634-2236 and ask for Connections.
Back at Prescott High School, final score 17-0. The Badgers over the Marauders. Marauders fall to 6-2 on the season. And Jackie, this is a head scratcher. Coming up with a player of the game when you get shut out and your offense really doesn't do anything. I guess you have to look to the defense, which made it even harder because we had a couple of guys that we liked on defense tonight. Yeah. Zach Pelletier had played another excellent game tonight, had an interception. We also had an interception from Alex Brewer. Our fans at home here get a chance to watch the interception here by Pelletier on our replay, and we had an interception by Brewer. But all season long, there's been one guy that's been coming up with play after play, and we haven't mentioned his name much, especially in player of the game, and we got to do it here tonight. And we're going to go with Josh Longfellow as our player of the game, our Vinny's Pizzeria player of the game. Longfellow leads the team in. Look at that guy. That's a Eddie Munster lookalike right there. Huh? Look at that guy. You got to love that kid.
Oh, no, he's much bigger than Eddie Munster.
Much bigger. He's got the same haircut. And Longfellow, again, I would imagine led the Marauders in tackles tonight. We don't have stats on that, but he was up there if he didn't.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, most of the time when you saw the swarming Mingus Marauder defense, Longfellow is either leading the charge or Pelletier is, and in there somewhere. I mean, he's definitely in there somewhere, even if it's putting a shoulder pad into somebody who's almost down, but not quite.
Yeah, old number 43, that's going to be a jersey next year. It's going to need a little extra bleach.
No
We're going to have to try to bleach that one clean again because Longfellow is down and dirty on every play, and we really appreciate the effort that young man puts forth here for the Mingus Marauders.
You know, last year he was on the offense and running the ball as the fullback, and certainly looked forward to his senior year, being able to get back into the huddle and get some offensive plays again. But the coaching staff asked him, hey, we really need you on the defensive end. We need a leader out there on that defensive end. And so he took the reins and has been running that horse and run it hard. And I think he's been doing a phenomenal job. And
phenomenal.
This is just perfect example. You know, you get us deep into the red zone at the 3-yard line, you can't score.
Nope.
Oh, you know what? That means the big boys are doing something, and he's one of the big boys.
Yep, we're going to have to start calling him the Whammer.
The Whammer?
Yeah. Hey, next week, fans, we are on the road up to Snowflake. You know why it's called Snowflake? 'Cause it's cold. We're going to be there next week taking on the Snowflake football team. And it's going to be a big bounce-back game for the Mingus Marauders. The last game of the season, the week after, October 26th at home against Camp Verde. Shouldn't be much of a contest. Next week's game is going to be huge for the Mingus Marauders as far as playoff seeding and having a home game in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, looking at Snowflake, they went into tonight's play at 5-2. And their losses coming to Blue Ridge 50-0 and to Sholo 24-23. And by the way, Sholo scores the winning catches up with a little over a minute left in the fourth quarter, and then scores the winning touchdown with 11 seconds to go in that game. Their victories over 2-5 Holbrook, 0-7 Elchasay. St. John's, which is a Division 5 team, number 10 in Division 5, 4-3. That was a 21-14 win. 23-17 over number 11 Winslow, and then a 56-20 win last week against Page. They are on the road at home tonight against Round Valley, another Division 5 team.
Right.
So very likely they will be 6-2 when we play them next week.
Should be a good battle. Fans will have all the play-by-play for you here on AM 1600 live, and of course you can watch all week long on Verde Valley Cable Channel 2 and Suddenlink Channel 2 as well. Is it, JB?
That is right.
That is right, man. Every once in a while I get one. All right, for Jackie Bessler, I'm Zach Calandra. Thanks for joining us for Marauder Football here tonight. We'd like to thank all of our camera people and, of course, our producers, our executive producer, Ryan Nichols, and Nick Yatsenko back in the truck, our associate producer, I guess is what we call him, huh? Big Nick. All right, fans, thanks for tuning in. Josh Longfellow, our Vinny's Pizza player of the game. We'll talk to you next week from up in Snowflake.
All the way, fight, go, riders, flag, Mingus, ready for